Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. I'm going to give you some time to stumble in. I know not everyone likes watching a countdown, so they probably didn't join right away. But you're slowly making your way here, and that is what I love about you.
Why don't you guys like watching the countdowns? Huh? You guys watch previews the movies. Watch our countdown.
But, like, the
Appreciate our music.
countdown is literally just. I'm pretty sure it's just timer, bubbles, and, like, the fucking intro song.
Have you, that intro music slapped though?
Intro music slapped though. I forgot to bring up chat. So, like, I've been having chat on and off in, like, show up. And I think it's
Hmm?
useful for people that are on YouTube to see what's happening on Facebook and vice versa. Um, but also, yeah, I probably only will bring up chat if chat is active today. But chat will be active today because we have a great show.
Always for you guys.
Quality quality show coming up. We're gonna talk about fighting for relationships is gonna be the big topic. We're gonna have that conversation with my dearest friend sister Savannah. That's if you only pay attention to chat. I'm paying attention to chat, so what you gotta say now, Delmar?
What's cracking, Delmar? How you doing, brother?
What up with you? I always pay attention to chat. It's only when chat has problems and I don't see that it has a problem is when it comes up.
And Chad be on that fuck shit. That's when it get bad. What are you drinking, by the way?
This is water with a little bit of Mio in it.
Okay. I thought you were drinking just regular
Ooh,
blue
I'm here
Kool-Aid.
for it. What is up, Mary Jane? How's Minnesota so far? I'm driving, so I ain't gonna be that chatty. Yeah, stop texting and driving. Don't do that. Stop.
What up, Chris? Be safe,
Well,
Chris. We need you.
yeah, be safe. We need you.
All right. What are we doing? We talk. What are we going to talk about first? We want to talk about BlurCon. We want to talk about
So we
this
could
racist
we could
bitch.
I you could talk about BlurredCon or the racist bitch. They're both pretty similar topics, but
Here's Go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
I don't know if I'm gonna have a lot to say about the whole your topic, the racist chick that blocked you. How many squirts do you have be having in those Mios? It's more of a time squirt type of thing.
Four
I'm like,
minimum.
four? What kind of fucking heathen are you?
One, two, three, four. What are we doing?
No,
What
no,
are we
no.
talking about?
So in a glass like this big, you
Yeah.
fill the water up to about here. You hit it
Okay.
with two squirts, just like bam, bam. Or if you're good, hold it for like 1 second.
What's the point? At that point, you're just doing it to have blue colored water. At that point, you're
No,
not even
flavored
getting flavor.
water. It's
It's not
flavored
even
water.
flavored,
It
bro. You
is.
know what? I'm arguing with somebody that eats brown sugar Pop Tarts, and I gotta keep that at the forefront of everything. That's what we have to. That's what we
I
have to
like good
remember at
Pop Tarts. What
all
can I say?
times. It's
I'm sorry you like basic
anyway.
bitch Pop Tarts. It's fine to be basic every now and then. Like, you
Mark
probably like
Zuckerberg.
pumpkin spice lattes too, don't you?
Mark Zuckerberg knows who you are, and he doesn't agree with you. So just understand that. Anyway,
Mark
uh,
Mark is a robot.
I,
It's fine.
that's fine. Vision's a robot. We fuck with him.
Do we though?
I'll fuck. Who don't fuck with Vision?
Thanos.
He needed to fuck with Vision. He had him
He
die and brought him back to life for his goal
he
to be
killed him in
accomplished.
the
What
most
are we
fucked up
doing?
way. Just like,
Whose fault is
anyways,
that? Whose fault is
visions,
that?
visions.
Also, you know what? I'm happy we're talking about this right quick because I had a revelation. So remember when Tony Stark was cussing Captain America out in what was it,
He's
Endgame?
yeah. Which part?
When he was
Like,
no, the very beginning when he got back to Earth and he was just like, first of all, I told you to come fuck with me. You said I told you about a pseudo armor around the world. You said no, that's intrusive. You stupid bitch, and you should have been there fighting with me and everything, right?
yep, yep, yep.
Right. So I always was fucking with Tony Stark for that. I was always like, yo, he's 100% right. Cap fucked up. Until I realized, and it wasn't even me. Somebody wrote this up, and I wish I remember their name. But they were like, Tony's the one that decided to go fight Thanos by himself. That nigga Doctor Strange told him, look, turn this bitch around, bro. Like, what are you doing? And Tony was like, nah, but like, what if we just get this, like, the jump on him? And the plan would have worked.
I'm keeping quiet on this.
The plan would have worked if Peter Quill, if Star-Lord would have had his shit together. But even before then, if they would have just went back to Earth and just flew back to Earth, and then Tony makes the phone call like he was about to do before he got on the flying donut, they would have all fought together, and Endgame would have been one movie. It would have just been, hey, we're beating the shit out of Thanos on site.
But it would have been one movie, but they still would have got their ass beat. Like,
they wouldn't have.
Think about it. I'm keeping very quiet on this one. Yeah, me and Chris can't talk about this one.
Why?
Because we have a gentleman's agreement not to talk about Marvel, because we both have strong opposite opinions that usually end up in an argument that lasts a long time. And we don't need to do that anymore.
And just in this scenario right here, thing that we're talking about.
You would think that they could, but you got to remember, they didn't, even if they made that call, they didn't have some of the heavy hitters that they needed in the end game. Like, they didn't have Captain Marvel, they didn't have they had Hulk, but Hulk was a bitch at the time. No, they didn't even have Hulk at the time. They didn't have Thor at the time.
They didn't have Hulk. No,
yeah, they didn't have Thor.
Thor would have pulled up. And not only that, so remember again, they had just with Spider-Man, Iron Man, Star-Lord, what's her face? The emotion bitch, Mantis, and Drax.
Oh yeah.
That was all they needed. And Doctor Strange. That was all they needed.
Chris brings up an excellent point. Thanos was clapping cheeks in Endgame with no stones at the time.
Well,
you're talking about he had stones at the time of Infinity War 1. He had stones when he was fighting them.
Right, and he almost got the gauntlet taken away from him. I feel like you guys are not looking at that.
Okay,
so if you're telling me if all the Avengers are there, right, all of them are together, and not even all of them, because Thor didn't even need to be there. They almost got it together with 5 people, or got the gauntlet off with 5 people. If he would have pulled up on them and they were all together making the stand in Wakanda together before he got the rest of the stones, he probably would have got the Reality Stone. That's fine. You can go ahead and take that. With reality power, what else? With whatever stones that he had on Titan, he would have got his ass beat by the whole team.
So, here's why I disagree. No, I understand your thoughts. I understand them, and you make valid points. But I think it is because, the reason why they even had a chance at taking the gauntlet away from him is because he underestimated them, because it was only a few. It was he's fucking destroyer of shit, he's fucking Thanos.
The Mad Titan.
Yeah, he's a Mad Titan. He's he underestimated this small group of people. He underestimated Tony and them. If a larger force comes, if all the Avengers come at him, you saw what happens when he gets serious. And it just wouldn't have ended the same way. He wouldn't have let them get close. Again, reality bending powers, he wasn't using the Reality Stone all that much, but imagine if he just fucked with reality more. Imagine if he did anything more than what he was using the stones for.
Did he or did he not throw a fucking moon at Iron Man?
I mean, yeah.
Did he or did he not take on Iron Man and Doctor Strange with both of them going crazy and using all their powers? And that alone with him and 2 stones it was power, reality. Was it just power, reality? It was power, reality, and one other one. Space. Here we go.
This is
power, reality, and space. It was power, reality, and space. So him with power, reality, and space almost got clapped up by Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. Whether or not he was going full force or not, he threw a fucking planet and then was also able to take on the Master Sorcerer with the Reality Stone, and still almost took a L. And the only reason he took that, only reason they lost that side of the fight is because Pretty Quill got too handsy and lost his fucking mind. He just got upset that Gamora died. If everybody was together, I am in full belief that that would have been enough to take Thanos out one movie.
That's all right.
Just based off of that.
That's all right. Because this
but
is also a man
that
fully believes that he can survive a Jaguar attack.
I forgot who was like, you think you have a 4% chance? They were like, out of 100 chimes, you think you're committing 4 of them? I don't know why that touched my soul so deep, you piece of shit. Whoever said that.
Because I'm pretty sure that was Nate.
You fucking asshole.
Alright, let's get into this blurred. Let's get into this blurred thing.
Let's do it. BlurCon was in Atlanta, correct? Oh wait, hold on. Chris was saying some shit though. He was fucking around in Infinity War. He was trying to space who he could. Wait, he was trying to spare who he could, and then almost made him fuck up. In game, he was like, "I'm gonna kill everyone." Fair. I'm with Miles on this part. Only this part. There I go. Quill didn't fuck up. Yeah, I'm saying. Maybe I don't. It's hard for me to believe that he was like not beating the shit out of people. Like he threw a fucking a moon at somebody. How is that not going full? Like who's casually throwing moons at people, bro?
It's a small moon because if it was a real moon,
a real moon. What's it? All right, y'all walling today. I see what type of show we having tonight. Let's go. So BlurCon.
BlurCon. Do you want to explain what happened, or should I explain what happened?
It was in Atlanta, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was in Atlanta. Can you send it again? It said it about.
So BlurCon is a con. Everybody's pretty much familiar with things like Comic-Con and stuff like that. Think of that, but mainly for Black people. Not only for Black people, but mainly for Black people.
Marketed towards Black people.
Yep, a lot of Black people came in, showed out, having a good time, wear their cosplays. Everything from what I heard was cool until, like the last day where we found out that in a con marketed towards Black people, not only for Black people, marketed towards Black people, that a white woman ended up winning the cosplay competition at first place, which sparked a lot of fucking outrage and everything. Now, yeah, shit ton. So I know you have a bigger thing to say on it. I'm so excited to see what you have to say. But basically, how I feel is I saw her cosplay. It was not better than anything I saw them doing. So I don't I saw anybody else who entered the competition. So I don't know how the fuck she won off that or what criteria that they were going off of. But it's hard for me to be like, I wasn't in the room. I only heard the aftermath and I only saw the pictures of it. Do I agree with it? No, but I don't know what the fucking criteria was that they were judging them off of. But so it doesn't look fucking good.
So when you say you don't agree with it, what do you mean you don't agree with it?
There were, listen, I watch anime. I'm not that deep into anime, but I know enough and I've seen enough. Like I might not be able to realize what character exactly you're in, but I know what anime is from to a certain extent. And there were some really good ones, like some really, really dope ones. There was one of them that had like 4 arms and they were prosthetic arms that was really, really good. Obviously you had your Gokus and everything like that, but like, what was she at? Do you have I don't know if we have a picture. Are we there yet? Or do we can put pictures up?
We could if you showed me. I've never seen how she looked.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I've never seen how she looked.
Oh, what she did? Yeah. I want to say exactly what she did. It wasn't nothing spectacular. It was not better than anything else that I've seen. The question is, I don't know who else entered the competition, and that's what makes this sketchy. Because if nobody else showed up for the competition, then that would have been problematic. And then she was the only one that showed up out of the people. The ones that I did see that went there, I don't think that hers was better, but I do remember seeing her, like, hers that actually won, and it was just okay. I'm going to give you the floor now because I'm so interested to see what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm hoping you send me the link so we can put it up.
I got
So
you.
everyone can see. So, my comment, I have not seen her, or I haven't seen anyone else, but I think I disagree. Like, it's so hard for me to like fully be on one side of this. Like, on one hand, sure, probably wasn't the right time to be joining that cosplay or that what's it called at BlurredCon as a white woman. But then again, she did nothing wrong. It's not like it's exclusively black, exclusively a black con. And if it was, slightly racist. I get. It's so weird. Like, if there was an opposite of BlurredCon, like WhiteCon or whatever the fuck it would be, and they were like mad that a black person run, oh, we'd be up in flames about it. But since it's the other way around, we're still up in flames about it. But we're up in flames because, like, why did she win? And I'm thinking, like, the judges could have been impartial. Like, I don't know how she looked. I don't know what the judges looked like. But, like, she won, but then she got flamed for winning just because she was white. And that's fucked up, in my opinion.
So I sent you who won first. That's the one who won. And then the one right after that is her competition. And that's what, to your Facebook Messenger, because I'm smart.
Okay. I mean, I just haven't gotten it yet, that's all. So it's just like, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just...
It's weird. The aesthetic of it is pretty fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what it's like? It's like going to watch Black Panther and being like, oh, T'Challa's about to set some shit off. And then fucking the Winter Soldier shows up and he is the savior of the fucking movie. And you're like, wait a minute, who the fuck came to see this shit? That's not her who won. That was one of the people that she was in competition with. I don't know why the one I seen you before.
That's the one she was in competition with.
Yes, the one that won was...
I'm trying to think of the easiest way I can show this on screen without having to need to... browser. So
alright, boom, there we go. So there it is. And that's what I'm saying. It's just a bad look. But it would have...
It's a bad look that I still don't think she did anything wrong. She's like, oh, there's a fucking... Like, she's just there. And then she's like, there's a competition.
Yeah, I don't think she's the villain.
Yeah,
for
she's not the
competing
villain
in the contest. It's the people around who... But, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was the fucking criteria that they were basing this shit off of? Because if... I don't get it. Because I'm looking at somebody that was in competition with her. Personally, I think the effort that she put in...
This was the person... Oh, sorry. It looks terrible. But this is the person that was in competition with her. Slide that down. I don't have transitions set up. And then let me pull up the person that was actually won.
Blah.
I got 2 links now.
There we go. That's the girl who won.
Wait, this is a girl who won?
That's who won. And it's not bad. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad or anything. I'm not shitting on her. It's not that. It's just...
That's a ton of work went into that.
All right, now pull up the other one.
This one.
That looked like I was drinking like actual alcohol. It's just water, guys. I don't feel like... But my Brita picture has like a crack in it. And I'm really sad about that.
So, like...
That's who her competition was.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so this is a good cosplay, but it's a simpler cosplay. If I'm voting on a competition, I'm going for the other one. She put in way more effort. She put in like
Dress?
huh?
The girl who won? You saying she put in way more effort
It looks like it to me. She has fucking
than a girl with
prosthetics.
prosthetic? With the girl with the wait a minute, hold on.
Wait, time out.
The
Is the
girl with the
girl
prosthetic arms.
was her
She
competition?
lost. Yes,
What?
she lost. Now we're on the
Oh.
same page. The one in the
Okay.
dress is the one who won.
Okay, so now I can like there's a little bit of outrage
Yeah.
because like she shouldn't have won. But I don't think it should come down to race at this point. This is
See,
more
though, and normally I'm with you, but again, think of it like watching Black Panther and then being like, oh, okay, cool, Black Panther's coming to fuck some shit up, and then the Winter Soldier comes in, and you're like, okay, like I'm happy you're here, but this wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? But if it like it's crazy how people feel a little bit shitty being like, nah, man, like this is really for us for one time, and we're like we gotta be like, how am I trying to say? Somebody black should have won. That's exactly what I'm fucking saying. That's what I mean, and that's what I say. Now, she shouldn't have been discouraged from being in the competition, and if I thought her cosplay was head and shoulders better than everybody else who was participating, then 100% I'm with her winning. But seeing what the fuck I'm seeing now, her cosplay, very good. Shout out to her for doing it. But literally watching one of the other girls who lost and seeing what she had, there's no like I'm not understanding what fucking criteria they had and was judging people off of. That's where it becomes problematic.
So I agree to a certain extent. Like I said, I agree with I'm arguing with myself in some of this shit because it's just like I get it, but also I don't agree. I get it, I agree, but I don't agree in the sense that like I don't know how she won. That cosplay is not better. Yeah,
what was the fucking criteria?
That
what was the
cosplay
fucking
is not
criteria?
better than the other chicks, like the one that put in so much fucking work. Like she has a full outfit. Like there's so much effort put into this. She should have won, or maybe the other people that like maybe some others. I wasn't there, so I want to know the criteria. But the fact that she's white, to me, unless that was the criteria that made her win, should not be a problem.
But do you feel that that's a bad look?
Yeah and no. It's a
okay.
BlurredCon, I looked it up. BlurredCon is all about, it's inclusive. It says we wanted to have a space where everyone can feel welcome, especially black people. And they use the word especially black people, but they want to be for everyone. You can't say you want to be for everyone, but then get mad at a white person for winning. Would they get as upset if an Asian person won?
Yes.
I don't think so, because they would have called it a person of color.
No. 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 BlurredCon. It's in the name. Black nerd. It's somebody black should have won. You know what? It's like if you go to like a MLK Day speech and fucking Justin Timberlake is singing, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? What is this shit? I mean, for all the black, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you find out that nobody black wanted to show up for MLK Day, then it puts the onus back on people, or black on black, on black people. You feel me?
I get giving black people a space to do things, but I don't also, like, I am one, I don't know how to say it witithout
don't worry about
people.
Don't worry about it.
Basically, true, eating popcorn. But basically, it's like we're the loudest people about fucking inequality and racism and like
towards us, yes.
Towards us. But if we do it, we have no fucking problem with it.
Give an example.
BET. That was my first thing that popped in my head.
I already knew we were gonna have to come here, so I'm excited to see what you mean because
BET was for black entertainment. It's a black entertainment network.
Mm-hmm.
It's not racist if we do it. I don't get that. Maybe it's just I don't understand, but I don't get why it's not racist when we do it.
In what aspect are you saying that BET would be considered racist?
Oh, I don't think BET's racist. I just think the
Oh,
whole.
well,
I
just
was
explain a
just,
little bit more to me. I'm a little bit.
just like
I'm with you. Like BET was
patch
my
me
example
in.
too. But
Oh
if
shit! Hold
who
up.
said
You're
patch
not
me?
in waiting to join. You have to join waiting to
Oh,
join,
I guess.
and then I can bring
What's the
you in.
code?
So
Taking BET as an example, right? If you're
yeah,
watching BET and it's fucking 106 in Park, it's fucking the BET Awards, it's fucking what else? They College Hill and everything like that.
I'll
You're
bring you
watching
in
all
in
that
a sec,
shit,
Savannah.
and you're
Go ahead.
watching all that shit, and then fucking I don't know, Friends comes on BET. You're gonna be like, well, what the fuck is this shit? Wait a
Yes.
minute. You're
Again,
gonna be like,
I'm
this
not.
isn't
I
the
don't
space
agree
for
with
this.
myself because I agree with you with that statement. But at the
Oh,
same time, I'm
we can
like,
leave it there.
why do we like? I get why we need it, but also why do we need it? It's just like,
Why do we need it? Because
no,
you want to
I
know
get
why?
it. No,
Because
no, no, no,
Because
no, no.
Macklemore won Best Rap Album of the Year over Kendrick Lamar. That's why. That's why. Because we try to come in these spaces and we know we're clear cut fucking winners
They
of
don't
shit
let us
and we get
thrive.
shafted all the time. And that's why we need our own space
Okay,
for
so
us to do our shit so
I
we
did
can
not
give
mean
ourselves the
why.
props.
I did not mean why in the sense of like why we do this. I get why we
Mhm.
do it. I agree why we do it. I'm like, fuck yeah, if they're not gonna let us in, we'll do it ourselves.
Mhm.
But I want to like I don't want it to be segregated my entire
Why?
like forever. I don't want segregation.
Well, I don't want it either. But again, Macklemore won Best Rap Album of the Year, bro. Like
Back to this. All right,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna, I'm
bring
not gonna
in.
let that shit go. Good Kid,
I'm
Mad
gonna bring.
City is amazing, and
I'm gonna bring
they let
in.
fucking
I'm bringing in
Thrift
my
Shop win. The
near
fuck out
and
of here.
dear sister Savannah. I've known her since middle school. She's been there for me forever. Uh, Here, let me pull you in, and then quickly swap this. Can you hear us, Savannah?
Hold on, because I'm listening to, I'm watching you at the same time. 1 second.
Yep.
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Also, nice to meet you, Savannah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm new here. Nice to meet you too. Share
Uh,
my screen.
this
I
is
don't know what I'm doing. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
yes, we can see you
Oh
now.
shit. I'm doing like
Yeah.
embarrassing stuff.
Well, welcome to the show. We call it B.O.F for now because of Fergie. It's nothing. This is my
You
partner
don't want to get
Jarrell.
food.
Hello. I still can't see myself and it's really stressing me out.
That's weird that
I
you
don't know
can't
how.
see yourself. Can you see us?
Wait. Yeah, but individually.
Oh, in the top right corner,
Mm-hmm.
it'll say. I think it'll say panel or focus. One of those two.
I mean,
It should be like
just
three little squares.
not getting that. Not getting that at all. It's okay, guys. I'm just
So
gonna
basically, you see
pretend I'm
one
aware of what I'm
person
doing.
really big, right?
No one's even big.
Oh.
Y'all not even big.
Well, now I'm gonna tell you
It's
then.
fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm
So
gonna
yeah,
just watch myself on the
On the live.
stream, but muted.
yeah, just it'll throw you off if you don't. I'm promise you. So, I know I'm in the minority here. I don't want to continue to have the segregation. I don't want them to continue not giving us this like an opportunity, the space. I want equal opportunity all around. Like 100% equal opportunity would be amazing. I understand that they're not giving us that, so we have these things. We have BET, we have Blurred, we have this to promote and like give us a space to do things. But at the same time, I don't want these spaces. I want it to be all inclusive. I don't want a Black History Month. I want that to just be part of history. You get me?
Yeah. I agree with you. It's just that's not how it is though.
Man, it looks like you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Oh, me? Or
No,
Savannah? Savannah, you might be muted.
No, she's not muted. I can see if she was muted. I'm not sure what she did.
One day, guys.
One
day. One day, these technical difficulties will be a thing of the damn past.
We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna put this one on me. I asked Savannah last minute. We didn't get a chance to actually like get together and get this all working, and get like I think that should be part of the process instead of doing this last minute, which is what I always do. I apologize, viewers. But I also want to know the viewers' opinions on this. If you guys are in chat and want to talk, we are here for you.
You want to try and leave and come back, Savannah? There we go.
Yep, there we go.
I'm going to come right back.
She can't come right back. She has to join, waiting to join again.
All right, bet. Yeah.
Because I didn't want people to just jump in when they want, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I wish we didn't have to separate ourselves in these type of moments.
We still can't hear you.
It would be.
I didn't even say nothing yet.
Oh, it looked like you did. My bad. Now we can hear you. But what were you saying, Jarrell?
No, I'm with you that I really do wish that life wasn't like this and we could just be all inclusive and everybody gets the shine that they earned more than the shine of somebody being put on a pedestal somewhere. That would be fucking dope. But due to the fact that that's not the world that we live in and not the hand that we were dealt, that's when shit gets kind of sticky. And like I said, especially after the last couple of things I saw, mainly the Macklemore shit. I'll never forget that, bro. Like
the Macklemore.
Or like the Olympics.
That even with that, with the hair caps more than anything. Where
everything about the Olympics this year is extra anti-black.
Yeah,
factual.
Like for no fucking reason. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say.
We can cuss. It's good.
Yeah, you can cuss all you want. We talk about the most fucked up shit.
I feel like until they let us have the same chances, instead of like being mad that we're doing great, why not just put all of us together and really see who's the actual greatest?
You know
what I'm saying?
I fuck with it.
It's like, what else are we supposed to do in the meantime?
Exactly. And like I told Jarrell this before we started, when we were just chatting about it. I told him, I was like, it's one of those moments where I don't fully agree with myself when I think these things. Like, I think you're not right, but also I kind of understand. I don't fully agree with myself when I say that, but also in one way, it's like we have to do this because it's the hand we were dealt, like Jarrell said, like you said, it's the hand we were dealt. We have to do what we have to do. Just put ourselves together and we thrive that way. But also, I don't know who said it, but somebody said, be the change you want to see in the world. So if you want to see this change,
that nigga got shot.
Did he? I don't know who the fuck said it.
And also fuck that. Also fuck that, because we are being the change we want to see. We want to see ourselves being included. We want to see ourselves winning. We want to see ourselves being taken seriously. We cannot force other people to take us seriously. I think what's frustrating, I tuned in a little bit late to your guys' discussion, but like what's annoying is this whole entire thing that's set up for Black cosplayers to exist, and you're celebrating and fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Rewarding mediocrity, white mediocrity, instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing.
What that was.
Which is, you know what I'm saying? Rewarding like Black excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's some bullshit.
100% with you.
But that's what happens all the time. And that happens in a lot of spaces that people claim are here for Black people. And the second a white person steps foot in it, it's like, oh my God, like you're here, you're doing great, but they're not doing great.
You know what? I got a really good example of this. I got a great example.
Is it
Macklemore?
No, it's not Macklemore. But that is always should be a fucking shining example. Go listen to Good Kid, Mad City tonight, and then go listen to Thrift Shop, and then tell me how that.
I don't want to listen to Thrift Shop again.
I ain't gonna stunt though. Like the intro to Thrift Shop is one of my favorite intros to a song ever. It's just,
it's a good.
It's nonsense, but that album kissed my ass.
It's white media.
I have a great example, actually.
Oh wait, here. Let me get this out.
You go, then I go because I got something to say.
Let me get this out. So I was scrolling through TikTok as I do because it is the devil and I can't get away from it. But found this lady and she's doing the TikTok shit where you basically take somebody's sound and then you try to act over it. So I'm looking at her video and I'm like, okay, cool. I know that where the original sound came from, and it was a white woman, and she took the sound from a Black dude, right? So I'm like, all right, well, did she tag him? Did she give him his credit? Nope, didn't tag him in the description. Go to the comments. No, didn't tag him in the comments. So I'm like, hey, you didn't give him credit, so here's the original dude's name. To which somebody was like, well, it's in the sound. You can just use the sound. To which I was like, she could do that, or she could take the 30 fucking seconds to give somebody they fucking shine. To which she didn't agree with that. She was like, that's not how this app works, which is a load of bullshit because a bunch of people who are way more famous than her on the app also do the same thing of maybe using the original sound, but still giving the person who made up the concept their fucking credit. Me and her get into a back and forth. Now, I'm not disrespectful or anything. I'm not cussing her out, although she deserves all the smoke. But I'm just being like, hey, just next time, you know what I'm saying, before you put some fucking towels in his head and act like you did something new, just fucking give him his credit. To which she blocked me and still didn't fucking give that nigga his credit. So now I am in full vengeful mode. I don't know this bitch's name, but now I have to make a second TikTok account to strike vengeance upon this goofy bitch. You soulless witch. All you had to do was give this Black man his credit. Just tag him in this shit and I would have shut the fuck up. But you try to silence my Black voice when I ask for Black equality? Now, no. So now, and I don't know how I'm going to make another TikTok account. I got to figure that shit out. But please fucking believe that she has started a war that she had no intention of ending. Like, I am now going to rain fire down from heaven on this goofy bitch. Just for that. All you had to do was say his name, pin it, and I would have shut the fuck up, and that would have been the end of it. But because you bring it here and try to silence me for asking you to do something so simple, now it's fuck you for life. And I have time, and I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck.
Yeah, can tell.
I ain't got shit better to do. Ooh, I ain't got shit better to do, baby. Ooh, I can't wait. But anyway, what was your example, Savannah?
My example is, for how many years were Black women called hoes and sluts for twerking? And now you have all these fucking white girls teaching twerk classes poorly. Okay? All over the internet. 95 white girls in a dance studio with their little TikTok shorts on. The ass illusion shorts on.
Ass illusion.
Knee pads. Okay? Knee pads on.
They is built for soccer. Yo!
Taking these fucking classes. Pink. So now these white women are capitalizing. They have monetized something that they berated us for, put us down for, and all types of shit. That's my example. And then there's always girl, oh my God, look at you. Like, why are you encouraging it? Because it looks bad. Oh shit, go Susie. Like, they say stuff like Black, and it'll be more Black women doing stuff like that. Oh my God, look at her. Like, making a big deal out of fucking nothing. That's just us celebrating.
You should blame for that shit?
Mediocrity, because we're so used to like thinking it's amazing that they can do something that They have to take a class for something we do fucking naturally. You know what I mean?
Doing our whole fucking existence. You're 100% right. Like you said, Miles, Miley Cyrus was the one that did that shit, man. I remember the video where it took off, and she was shaking ass, and then that's when twerking got a whole new fucking. It got a whole 180, and it was now acceptable, and it wasn't ratchet no fucking more. And that's also alluding to the other thing too of when white women stars, especially white women, like mainly white women stars, when they feel like it's time for them to be kind of coming of age and show their sexuality, they get around a whole bunch of black women to start showing ass, and now it's sexy, now it's a thing, now I'm an adult, now I'm here, and it's just like, motherfucker, what? This is bullshit. Same with the Billie Eilish shit, man, where she was just like, the whole thing I saw everybody praise her for was wearing the baggy clothes and not sexualizing herself. And as soon as she pulled some titties out, she was like, let me get some black girls and we dancing on counters and shaking ass. And I'm just like, fuck you in this world we live in. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm so fucking tired of it, dog. It's always a fight for some shit, bro. Like, just keep being in the baggy clothes, bitch. That's all you had to fucking do. That's all you had to fucking do. And sing your raspy songs and everybody would have been fine, man. And then it comes out that she's racist too. I didn't want this to become a bash Billie Eilish thing, but
oh shit, say more about that, because I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, there was a video of her.
I paid no fucking attention.
Yeah, there was a video of her doing the Asian eyes thing with her hands and making Asian voices, and she was just hella racist. So she had to go ahead and issue an apology for that shit too. And I'm so fucking sick of this shit, bro. I'm just so tired of having to be like another example of us getting shafted for us being us or creating culture, and somebody else being able to come in and not only come in but profit off that shit when we've been doing this shit. And going back to what you were saying, Miles, where it's the be the change you want to see. Bless you. When it comes to the be the change you want to see, the biggest thing I could think of is the Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Black Wall Street, man. When we came in, we made a name for ourselves. We made a city for ourselves, bro, and had our own way of life, and was nothing
leaving everybody else alone. They don't want to see us doing well. That is the bottom fucking line. That's the bottom line.
Anytime that we find any way or any leverage for us to better ourselves, there's always somebody coming in and fucking, not somebody, but somebody coming in and fucking our shit up, bro. And it's so fucking tiring to have to deal with that all the fucking time about every fucking thing. And it's just like this week, especially like, I don't know if y'all saw the video of the white lady that the Victoria's Secret.
What?
The white lady at the Victoria's Secret. Oh, there was.
Oh god, I literally just chose not to watch that because I'm like, oh god damn it, another one.
The way she passed out.
She didn't pass, bitch. You passed out. You fall down.
They fainted so slowly. I was like, what was that supposed to be?
She put her purse on the ground and laid on it like a house pillow, and I was like, you soulless bitch. You just don't have to. And then what killed me more than anything was two things that set me off. It was her screaming at the woman to stop recording her and telling her to go away while she chased her around the fucking Victoria's Secret. And then also that punk ass, old ass, bitch ass security guard where the lady was just like, well, why the fuck you ain't drag her the fuck out of here? And the security guard was like, well, that's not my job. She was like, not your job. If I would have rocked that bitch in her jaw, you would have been hemming me the fuck up. But now all of a sudden your hands don't work. If you don't get the fuck out my face with that dumb shit, you piece of, and that's what I'm saying, bro. And like it breaks my fucking heart. It really breaks my fucking heart because we never get a fair shake at shit to rock people's fucking heads off because we gotta stay in line and we gotta always be the bigger person. But let us give the same energy back that we're giving, and now we're fucking. And now it's the Black Lives Matter riots. It's all this fuck shit all over again. We're the fucking problem, not the woman who's causing the situation to go to another level, but us for retaliating for your fuck shit. Fuck you. fuck you. Fuck that goofy white bitch. Fuck that old ass security guard. I hope nothing good happens to him in his white life. And fuck that motherfucker. Like, I'm just, you old bald fuck. Like, I hate it, bro. I'm so fucking mentally fucking exhausted, yo. I'm just mentally exhausted from having to deal with this shit, man. I'm just mentally exhausted to have to do this shit. And again, this isn't an attack on old white people. Y'all know I love y'all. The ones who I fuck with, y'all know I love y'all and everything like that. And again, the people will hold those people accountable too. I love y'all and thank y'all for riding with us and everything, man. It's just me personally being mentally fucking exhausted from having to see somebody be attacked and then made a victim and then told that you can't do anything by the security guard whose whole job is to stop bullshit from happening, but all of a sudden that's not part of his fucking dog decision. Exactly. You piece
and then it was, you know, what actually also pissed me off is the black female manager of the store acting like nothing, like nobody was going in on that woman, being like, get the fuck up off the floor and get up out of here. Like, how are you not, you're not going to stand up for this woman who was, we didn't really see her, but I don't know if you watched the rest of the video, and like she went to the police station and all this other stuff, but she's like a Muslim woman. She could have been wearing, you know, a headscarf or something. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you not standing up for her and you're allowing this shit to continue? You're being a fucking bystander, because that could be you. When you go into another store and you're not wearing a fucking headset and a name tag, that could be you.
Exactly. And it wasn't even that. It was the people around her telling her to stop recording so the white woman could calm down. What the fuck do you mean?
Sounds like no conversations I have with my fucking kid. Like, what are you talking about? You need to calm down. You need to get the fuck up.
Exactly.
Shut up.
It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit that you can throw a temper tantrum and everything be okay.
It was outrageous. I couldn't believe that shit. Like, stop recording me. Like, ugh. Stop behaving like that. You're acting so recording worthy. Like, I mean,
yeah, I don't get how people just choose to do that shit in that moment. Like, how do you make the conscious decision to just fuck with not only just fuck with other people, but then just act an ass knowing you're getting recorded?
And what was she even doing in there? Because it didn't even look like she was buying nothing. She ended up like, you could have walked out that whole fucking time. That whole time you could have just left. You know, like.
Nah, she needed people on her side. She needed everybody to see these white tears and join.
And then that one woman that was like, she's not well, she's sick, just leave her alone. Like,
she's chasing me. Like, what do you
literally
mean leave her alone? How can I leave
it to the mannequins? Like, come on.
Like, I'm disgusted with it. Anyway. Did y'all want to talk about this anymore? It's just I'm gonna get. I'm telling you, I'm gonna turn to Malcolm X on this bitch. Like, I'm turning to Malcolm X on this.
Like, well, we still have a list of topics that we can hit. We don't have to continue. If you feel you have yelled enough, we can change topics.
Never.
Yelled enough.
This is Jerome we're talking about.
If we were yelling enough for everything that's gone on, we would never stop yelling.
This would be an 8 hour.
I did not mean yelled enough about this, because I'm with you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm real curious. All right, so we had some small topics of normalized culture that could turn into a big topic, but also fighting for relationships, because I saw the comment of men don't fight for relationships, and I really want to get into that.
Okay.
And also I brought it up to Savannah, and she said she had a lot to say about it too, so I'm really curious what she has to say.
I said?
You said it's a spicy topic, and I agreed. It is a spicy topic.
It is a little spicy.
I mean, the fucking last topic was spicy.
It was. But we knew what we were doing.
We only get El Caliente in this bitch.
Okay.
So, yeah.
When you say fight for a relationship, what do you actually mean?
See, that's
Or
where
like,
I was gonna ask that question myself of like, what do y'all consider fighting for a relationship? Because the comments I saw, or like the status I saw, is that men don't fight for relationships, and all the women were just like, preach, no they don't, they ain't shit, blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, first off, men aren't gonna fight
I've
for a
only
bad
ever been
relationship.
in toxic relationships, so I can totally agree.
Most of my relationships were toxic relationships, but so
oh hey, yeah, toxic relationships. Yeah, yeah, let's all do it.
let's go.
I
Toxic
don't
relationships.
know. I think men these days realize they have a bit of an I feel like they feel they have a bit of an upper hand, and if they feel they have an upper hand, they're not going to do anything beyond what they feel like doing because they understand that they don't really need to do that work. The work does itself. And by the work does itself, I mean the woman's going to do the work. Whether that is like sacrificing her integrity, lowering her standards, doing whatever she needs to do to like maintain that relationship because a lot of us don't want to feel lonely or alone or whatever. Um what the fuck's he fighting for? Like if you're in a relationship with a selfish, narcissistic, egomaniacal fucking asshole, and you're
This
like,
nigga
I'm gonna
Miles.
leave you, he'll be like, okay. He'll be like, all right.
Yeah,
And
just
they're like,
describe
oh my
every
God, no,
level.
like you're just gonna let me go. And then she does all this stuff to try and please him, trying to make him like want her more. And all it does is make things even worse. Cause then he's like, oh,
Okay.
I definitely don't have to do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a bad relationship in my opinion, though.
Yeah,
Good.
but that's one type of guy. Again, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't know any other kind. So
Wow.
Ow.
Jesus. I would.
uh,
Jesus. I think I got sad.
I'm gonna pray for
I
you.
got so sad.
please do,
So,
please do.
Where
so
are you
for
finding these
Keep
people?
me in your prayers.
Are they finding you or are you finding them?
I don't know. I don't know.
What,
No, I've been
for
single for a
me,
really long time though because they're hard to avoid. I
what's
mean,
a
they're
really
not
long
hard
time?
to avoid. It's just
I
like
don't
four
think.
years, three and a
Oh,
half, 4 years.
That's pretty long. Yeah, that's pretty fucking long.
I don't. That
But
was
like, what
about.
am I gonna do? Deal with that shit again? No, no.
That's a good
I
point.
find it's sort of the other way for me. Not that I feel like. I'm trying to think how you put it again. That men don't have to. What the fuck was that? Scared the shit out of me.
Ghosts of girlfriends past. That's what that was. Tell you watch your mouth.
Ghosts of girlfriends past. So I think
Did you
dudes
check
will
the other
fight
room to
for
see
a
if your girl was
relationship if
did you check the other room?
what?
Did you check the other room when you said that? You were like, ghost of girlfriends past.
No, I
Yeah.
just looked over to my
Yeah.
left just in case I see some ghosts, man. You know.
It's funny, bro.
I think dudes will fight for a relationship, and I think people in general will fight for a relationship if they see potential. But I think a lot of people are also getting into relationships not for anything. They're just like, I don't want to be lonely, so I'm being in this relationship. And if it comes with struggles, why I'm fighting for what? And that's when people don't fight for the relationship is because they don't see a potential there. You're just there. You're just convenient. You're around. You're convenient. That's what it is. And I'm not saying you. I'm saying like the relationship is convenient. But if you have a good relationship, but there's like some turbulence, you're gonna fight through that turbulence. You're going to be like, all right, look, we need to sit down and talk about XYZ because I want this to get better. And if it doesn't, sure, I'm not gonna stay just because it's fucking you're here.
That requires a level of accountability that, and I'm not gonna say just shitty men won't take, but like a lot of people and a lot of men don't want to take the accountability. Like if there's an issue and he is the main fucking perpetrator of the issue or whatever, not every time is he gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Like, that's rare. That's
Yeah,
fucking
and
rare. Like, be honest.
that is very rare.
Okay, so
I've never
he
dated a man.
like, and I think that's what I think when women say men don't fight for relationships, that's what they mean. Like, you don't want to turn around and do a little bit of work on yourself to make this work. It's why are you trying to change me? Like, you knew who I was when we whatever. And instead of it's like all you have to really do is, stop leaving hard eyes under every picture of every big booty hole you see on Instagram. Like, that's all you got to do. And it's like the littlest thing that a woman will ask for. And generally, you're willing to do so much for your man. And then it's just like the simplest little fucking ounce of respect that you're asking for. And it becomes this huge deal. Like, if you really cared about the relationship, then you would make this little change. And then you try and leave, and they're like, no, wait, I need you. I'm going to change. And then they don't.
So we have
It's just a simple fucking.
A comment from Chris says a big issue today is no one likes to be wrong and treat it like it's the worst thing in the world. Another comment from Reese says people that don't know God will not understand. I don't believe God needs to be in this. In my opinion, it's a personal thing, and I agree with you, Savannah, completely. I agree with Chris too. People don't like to be wrong. Some people just can't take being criticized, or like they don't understand that they're also the problem.
Real quick, I just wanted to go back to one thing Savannah said, which was like the you knew what I was about when I got here. Now
I hate that
agree.
so much.
Why though? And I'll give you an example personally. Like I have friendships with women that are really really deep, and there's nothing sexual or anything about it. It's strictly platonic, but those are my peoples. So I've gotten in situations with women who feel threatened or not comfortable with that. But my options are either not be cool with this person that I've been rocking with since before you got here, or completely cut off that relationship and in pursuit of me and you trying to get stronger. And I'm with both of those. Like I'm with both of those options, but why is there not like if you see me and this person being cool and it's not nothing sexual in nature, why can't me and you work together, or all three? Well, not even all three of us. It's only between me and that person. So why can't me and you come to some type of understanding to where I'm like, yo, this is just my friend and everything like that? I don't want to have to keep dealing with that shit. That's so dumb to me.
I think there's just like so there's definitely like a lot of women that don't like their men having female friends. I think that's stupid. But I think when you're not in a relationship, you're comfortable like making certain types of jokes, and it might not even be sexual, but there might be innuendos and like stuff like that, right? And I think it's just like a respect thing, because if you're carrying on like that still with a friend and you're with somebody, it doesn't seem like you're with somebody. You know what I mean? It's just like cutting back on that kind of stuff. It's not being friends in general. It's just like kind of watching your words and being a little more mindful and thinking like, if I was making those jokes with a guy, would you like it? Would you feel comfortable with that? And because I think a lot of times there's like a double standard, but that goes both ways.
Right. And see, me on the other side of it, I'm like, bro, as long as y'all ain't fucking, I really don't care. Like, y'all can just live y'all lives. Yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't, and that's what it is. Honestly, it's not only that, but also I do think that other relationship traumas and other relationship situations of that ended negatively, also if you don't deal with that in a healthy manner and get over those before you put yourself into another situation, they will come up, and then you're not only dealing with the issues that you have with this person that might be completely different, but you're also bringing old situations up. And how the hell am I supposed to fight battles that I wasn't even here to start? Like, that gets fucking irritating and everything.
Oh like man, that one hit home.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really gets frustrating at that point. That's something I deal with a lot of the times when I'm dealing with girls. I've had a couple of women who like dealt with relationships where like infidelity was like super on both sides was a thing. And me personally, I don't get down like that. I don't really roll like that or anything like that. But because I'm so fucking friendly, it gives them the situations. I'm like, well, I'm not that person. I'm just me. Like this is what I am. This is what I've been. So now I have to stop being that and invest in you, and we haven't built that relationship up to be that way with each other where I feel like we're getting there. I'm hoping that we get to that point where I can rock with you like that and we can become that close, but we're not there yet. It's still in progress. So that's my only thing of being like, well, I need you to change for me, I need you to do that, because me personally, I've dealt with that. I'm not trying to like it. Once I hear that shit, I'm checked out because I'm like, bro, I don't have time for this.
But I mean, I think there's a difference between like changing your personality and just changing like teeny tiny behaviors that
Yeah.
make a like have like if it's nothing to you but it's a lot to me, why couldn't you know what I'm saying? Because if the tables were turned, I think a lot of women would be willing to do that and they do that. But then the second you ask him to do it, it's a big fucking problem and you're too sensitive and all this shit, and then like they make you feel bad for feeling how you feel.
That's fair, and that's where
That's
communication comes in, though.
yeah,
Y'all gotta be
communication
rocking with each other.
as corny, or it's not even corny, but as much as it said communication is key, you have to learn to communicate with that person. Some people don't understand like a certain way of communicating, so like if I tell them like this is how I'm feeling, some people don't understand that, but maybe you switch it up and be like, all right, when you do this, this is how it's like affecting me. And like some people just don't have that like level of communication with the other person, and then they're just like, I don't want to, like, they don't put in the effort. Again, they're not fighting for it. I think people do fight for it, but it takes effort pretty much.
Yeah, and that's another thing too is that people might not be used to that much work when you're just trying to be with somebody for, you know what I'm saying, love and comfort and everything like that. Like once you realize that a relationship is almost like another job that you have to do because it
Oh yeah,
requires so much
it's
upkeep and checking in. That's when it becomes like, oh wow, did I really sign up, like did I didn't know what I signed up for. I didn't know the extent of how this was gonna go. But yeah,
that's
man, like when
Sherelle,
I hear
stop
fight,
saying my shit. Stop reading my
oh,
mind.
oh, look, man, we
Get out of
here,
my head.
Get out of
we
my
in here.
head. Oh, we got a
But yeah,
long
man, if
comment
you,
from Antonio real quick. Sorry.
oh yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Antonio, sometimes it's how we grew up. In a Hispanic household, my mom did or did it y'all for my or did it all for my pops. He said y'all. Cooking, cleaning, everything. So when I grew up, that's what I thought how it was. I was wrong. My girl who I've been with for 6 years pretty much set me straight, and we do everything 50-50, to taking care of the kids to cooking and cleaning. So I believe that's why men won't fight, cuz we was never taught how to. I can I want to get into that one
Hmm.
too. I want to get into
I'll
that one
let y'all
too.
go first because I got a different viewpoint on that one.
So, um, I was raised in a house full of women. So I had,
Yeah, you were.
yeah, I was. Uh, so I was taught how to like clean. I didn't learn cooking until I was in college, and that was on my own stuff. Like I just wanted to learn, but like I didn't have that traditional household of like the man does this, the woman does that. I was taught how to take care of myself. And then I got older and started being in relationships, and I had to question like, why am I getting in this relationship? Is it just because I'm lonely? Because like I wasn't like I do all this stuff already, but at the same time I was never taught from a man's perspective of what a man supposed to do. I was only told what a man was supposed to do from a woman's perspective. So for me, like actually being in a relationship was a little bit different for me. Like learning all that shit and like learning what my role was, especially in this changing world where like traditional roles don't exist anymore.
But you've also dealt with a lot of real fucking asshole women. So to me,
True.
that shows that like that is not a, like a the power dynamic, but what I was saying, like, if the man feels like he is more wanted, right? Like if he feels that he has the upper hand, you've dealt with a lot of women that probably felt like they had the upper hand. And so they don't give a fuck. They're going to do what they're going to do, and either you're going to stick around because you get some sort of gratification from this relationship, or you're going to fucking kick rocks, right? And I feel like you dealt with a lot of women like that.
I probably
because they're like, well, you can take care of yourself. Like, you can do everything for yourself. You don't really need shit from me. What do I need to do all this for you for? You know how to do it already. That's like, put your business out there, but I'm just saying, like,
look, I know this is probably
like,
your first time.
Like, when we were younger and like shit like that, and like some of the I'd be like, yo, what the fuck are you, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you wasting your time for? Like, you feel like she's using me, and I'm like,
look, I
why?
told you Savannah
like,
has been there.
Like,
Savannah has been there with me for the long haul. Like, she like, every time I dated a girl that she was not, like, she ain't fuck with, she would straight up tell me, like, why are you fucking with her? Like, she ain't it.
That's so low, bro.
Right though, like,
oh no, doing something stupid and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
I really wish I would have listened to her a lot more when I was younger. I didn't, because I was young, dumb, and full of cum. All I'm gonna say is
you're not the only person that says that. So
you were just wise beyond your age.
Real quick, get back to Antonio's comment of like household stuff. That's also a really good point. Like, in my household, shout out to my dad, because he had to deal with a lot. Like, my mom was unable to work for a really long time. She did for a while, and then she was unable to work. And my dad not only had to go to work, make sure me and my sister were cool, but also not only go to work, make sure my mom was taken care of, make sure me and my little sister was taken care of, and then be a pastor. And he had to take all that on his back and just roll with that. So me having seen that and grown up with that and lived with it and seen what like a man's love is and what being a head of a household is and everything like that, the way I see relationships is a lot different than a lot of the girls that I end up dealing with, especially coming from like one parent homes, or, you know what I'm saying, dealing with parents that are divorced and everything like that. So it like I was saying earlier, making sure that you deal with your traumas and deal with your triggers and situations before you get into that type of situation or that kind of unionship with somebody else where you have to be completely open with them. Making sure you handle that is probably the most important thing you can do for yourself and the person you care about, because you don't want to bring some old shit that they ain't really, that you don't want to bring old problems to a new healthy situation. You're already setting yourself behind the curve. And not only that, but with Antonio saying that he had him and his girl had to figure it out. Whatever you and your partner find and do together and find is healthy for both of you, and both of you are committed with it, do that shit. Don't listen to nobody the fuck else. Don't listen to, if it works for y'all, then it fucking works. If both of y'all are happy and healthy and growing with each other and cool, then keep doing what the fuck you doing, yo. That's another thing. I think too many people, like, it's funny because we're on the podcast just talking about bullshit, but
telling people how to live their life,
right? But in all seriousness, fuck what we saying, except for this part. Just whatever's working for you guys. Whatever's working for you guys and keeping you guys right and keeping your household right, do that, man. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to copy or mimic your relationship off of anything else, because most of the time, again, you don't see the bullshit that they have to go through behind closed doors. And that's why when certain people break up, you looking around like, oh shit, like, I thought everything was cool. I'm surprised they didn't make it. Well, them motherfuckers got the same problems you got mostly, so you got to figure that out.
Yeah. So, Jarrell, take that advice, but also don't take that advice and start listening to me when I tell you, like, certain things on how to date.
Like brown sugar Pop-Tarts, bro.
Stop trying to bring every girl to your house on the first date. Just don't do that.
Why would I not, though?
Damn.
Not like that. Wait a minute. Don't make me my aunt is watching. Okay.
My aunt is watching.
Wait,
Yikes.
I think another problem is like a lot of people want to be recognized in a certain role without doing the work to like earn that position and earn that role, earn that level of respect. And so a lot of times like you want a submissive woman or whatever, but you're not really being a leader. Yes. And you're still out here acting a fucking fool and you don't communicate and you don't do these things, but it's like you want that person to respect you as if you have earned that position. And that's like another one of those things. Like you gotta prove it, like show and prove, and then you'll get what you deserve. But until then, like, especially for people that just do what they like.
100%, 1000% agree with you. I see a lot of people in relationships, and they're like, X is the dominant, and I'm like, are they a leader though? Like, are you just following a follower at this point? Like, they're not doing anything.
Following a bum will get you bummy, so don't do that.
Following a bum will get you bummy. Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta.
That's what will get you.
And then, like, if you're going to want to be like a fucking dominant or like the head of the relationship, if you like still think of that way, be a leader. Like, fucking put the other person up. Don't just fucking tell them what to do and then move on.
Or expect everything from them.
Or expect everything. Exactly. They're not a minion. They're not a slave. They're your partner. Like,
lead by example, first of all.
Exactly.
Savannah, I do have a question. What do you think of when you say like being submissive in a relationship?
Submissive might be too strong of a word, but I think, I don't know. I love to argue. I don't know what to say here.
I love to argue.
Like when I don't want to
like. Okay, this is what I mean. I think people have a really hard time compromising, and like when you need to compromise, if you're on opposite sides of things or whatever, and you need to compromise, somebody always has to take at least a little bit of an L, right? And I think what I mean by submit is like being willing to be the one to take that little bit of the L. And I'm not doing that if I'm not confident that you're not going to take this situation and use that in the future as like the baseline. So if we're kind of disagreeing on something and I decide I'm the bigger person, next time, is that your general expectation of me? That I'm always going to be like, okay, you're right. Fine. We'll do it your way. No, like it needs to be give and take. So until I'm confident that a person is going to do that and it's going to be give and take and they're going to consistently like compromise and it goes both ways, I'm probably not bending because I don't want to send the wrong example that like you can just get me to do what you want.
But is it taking a L or is it, you know what I'm saying, taking a step back if the end goal is for us to be better together?
Sometimes
and
it's
for
an
this
L.
problem be handled.
Sometimes
give an example.
Sometimes it's an
Give
L.
an example of the L. Because if our relationship is growing and we're coming to an understanding of how we're doing this, then how is it an L? Like and I love arguing, but if you're right, then you're right, and you being right is only going to make us a happier.
But a lot of people have a hard time admitting the other one's right. What I just mean is like, if I don't know, give me an example of an argument.
It's hard to think of an example of just like, where you have to take a slight L.
Look, my arguments be different, bro. They just be stupid.
Give us an example of your arguments, then.
The most major argument I've gotten with a girl I've dealt with for an extreme amount of time was that it was the friendship shit. Was me going, hey, like I'm not finna not talk to my peoples to make you feel comfortable.
How did that end?
Again, not only that, we're not together.
So let me make this even more. Let me make this even more specific. Then, say you. you call your female friends and you're like, hey, sexy, to your, and that's how you greet your female friends, okay? And your girl, no, I'm not saying you do that, but I'm just saying, like, that's how you greet them, or you like call them pet names. And your girl is like, I don't like that. And you're like, why? They're just my friends. And she's just like, I don't care that you talk to them. I don't like you calling other women pet names. Okay? And you guys are on opposite ends. You're like, fuck that. Those are my people. I've known them longer than you. And she's like, fuck that. That's rude. Like, that should be reserved for me. Her taking the L would be like, okay, fine. Just keep saying what you're saying. Even though it makes her uncomfortable, even though it makes her insecure or whatever the case may be.
She took that L.
She's taking the L.
Yeah, because sure, it's not a huge L,
it hurts her. It's not, but it hurts her more for you to be saying that to those women than it would for you to not say that to your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more detrimental to her than it is to you. That's what I mean by taking the L. And a lot of times I feel like men expect women to take the L. Like we'll be like, this fucking hurts my feelings. I don't like this. Well, change how you feel, like change how you look at it. And it's up for us to just like adjust instead of making that simple at all.
So Chris brought up a really good neutral example of taking an L. He called it differential. And he said deciding where to go for the holidays. And I can speak on that for my experience of when I'm dating. My holiday choices, like when it's Christmas time, I don't want to go anywhere. I like being at home. I like decorating. I like Christmas music playing. I like being in my own shit. I'm dating someone
Just for Christmas?
I'm using Christmas as my example.
Okay.
I'm dating someone who doesn't really like Christmas music. So I took a little she does it there's a lot of people that don't like Christmas music.
I only fuck with Motown Christmas. Like
Wham! Last Christmas? What
are
we doing?
Look, I know.
Don't play that.
I know. But I took the L in that situation. I took a lot of L's this Christmas. With that, because I'm choosing to, because I don't know why. It's just I did. I didn't listen to a lot of Christmas music this year when I was with her. For Christmas, I went over to her family's house instead of staying home. Was what I wanted to do. I went over to her family's house. It's not gonna happen always, but those are examples of me taking the L in this argument. She wanted to do these things, I did not, but because I'm willing to, I took the L for a little bit.
But do you think it would have hurt you? Do you think your feelings about attending her family's Christmas were more like hurtful to you than had you not? Like, I think you gave up what you wanted to do, but I don't know if that's really like an L, because you're losing out on like your alone time. Maybe like the Christmas music was a bit of an L, but I think like her trying to like open her family up to you, like I think that's a big deal, right? So had you not done that would have been a fucking L for her, like a big one. But for you to go, like you're giving up some of your solitude, which is it does a big deal to a lot of people. I don't really I hate doing shit that I don't want. I don't often do things I don't want to do. But at the same time, like if you weigh out the emotional consequence of making one decision or another, I think that that is a level-headed compromise. Yeah. Because had you not, that would have really fucking hurt her feelings and it would have made you look like an asshole, frankly.
Yeah, so like exactly. I would have looked like an asshole if I didn't go. It was a family thing, like her mom really enjoyed me being there. And it's not that I wanted to be alone on Christmas. It's that I want to start my own traditions. I don't want to join in on someone's traditions. I want to start my own. So I'm not going to do it every year because it's not about to be my tradition, if you will. But
that would be like a compromise, right? Like every other year, every other holiday or whatever. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That would be the compromise where like.
But that's leadership. You're willing to compromise and you're looking for a fucking solution in the matter, right? And a lot of people won't because they just want it their way. And that's the problem. So if you can, like, if I recognize that somebody just wants shit their way and they're not willing to give a little, then I'm absolutely not giving shit.
That's real.
Chris
Bro, you
says
really
it's
didn't. You really didn't listen to Last Christmas, like at all.
Bruh, I listen to Christmas music. I said I didn't listen to as much. Like, if it was up to me, I'm Christmas music all December. Only music I listen to will probably be Christmas music. Shit's playing in the background. That's how much I love Christmas. That's how much I love it.
I fucking hate the holidays.
Everyone hates the
I'm with y'all on
holidays.
not traveling. Fuck that. Like, traveling on holidays is ghetto. Like,
You're not the only
I also have a
person.
broken family. I already got like 4 dinners I have to go to.
I stopped
It's
going
hard.
to,
You want me to
see,
finish
I stopped
yours
going
too?
to other
Like,
people's stuff.
shit.
It makes life so much easier when you do things like on the holidays. Do the shit you want to do. You'll start enjoying
Bro.
the holidays again. Like,
Oh
that's
my
why I
gosh.
love Christmas.
Yeah,
I used to
that's
hate
true.
it, but now I love Christmas, and I don't let anyone ruin my joy. I don't know.
I learned how to
many
make a
people
turkey, and
tell
now
me-
it's like I'm gonna just stay home.
Oh my God, that
exactly.
sounds
Learned
so
how to.
fun.
I learned how to like make a turkey and like get the fucking seasoning under the skin. Like, it's so good. And I stay home and I'll cook, and I'm like, sure, you can come over, but this is my shit.
Literally,
Like,
exactly.
like
I
That's
got
also
you.
because
my
we're like
mom.
getting older.
I agree. But also, please, like, can you listen to, like, make sure you listen to Last Christmas at some
Bro,
time today. Just do
I
it
will
for me,
listen.
because I'm so hurt. Like,
I
so
never
hurt.
said I haven't listened to White Christmas. I said I didn't
No,
listen to
that
a
was
lot
like
of.
Wham! Last Christmas. It is the greatest
I
Christmas song of
probably,
all time.
I probably
I
heard
highly
it, but we'll see.
disagree. I think you say last Christmas, I say this Christmas.
Here's why. Here's why this Christmas.
Eh?
I
Anyways.
just don't. I don't. I just don't. I don't have a reason. I just
Like
like
I said, it's like
I don't
it's
have
like
a
months
reason.
on Christmas
I
for
don't have a
me.
reason. I have none. I thought I had some. I had nothing.
Honestly, if it's not a black voice from Mariah Carey behind the song, I'm not listening to it at Christmas time.
I will listen to
That's
all
just-
Christmas music.
that's just
fucking
where I
Boys
stand.
to Men to fucking
Black.
Bob somebody. I don't know his fucking name.
Hey, on a random side note, Boys to Men is probably the ugliest boy group I've ever seen in my life.
I will agree.
All
But
for
damn, them
one,
boys can
and Boys
sing.
to Men. All for one. the
Wait,
niggas
but
who
New
did
Edition was
Boys to
fucking
Men.
ugly. And I don't know if you watched the New Edition story, but they are the ones that inspired Boys to Men. So, I mean, they
Bobby
saw
Brown,
New Edition
though.
with her.
Bobby Brown had a time where he was that dude. Where he was that guy.
That
And
doesn't
Woody
mean he
Allen
was
said
good looking.
Fair.
Bobby Brown definitely looks like just your uncle at this point. Just like the uncle that used, like you would be
He
like,
looks like
"Wait, you used to be
Slobby
famous?"
Brown.
He had Gen 1 crack in his body. All right. The fact that he's able to walk and talk at the same time, he gets a pass to look however he wants from me. He survived Gen 1 crack. That's amazing. Amazing.
He was
Nobody else
smoking
did.
crack.
Like, not a lot of people did that.
He
You know
was
how much-
sprinkling cocaine on his weed. Didn't you ever see that Oprah interview with Whitney?
No, I
Sprinkling
didn't.
cocaine
He
on
was
his
doing
weed.
that?
And she was like explaining how she would do the drugs, and Oprah like didn't understand. And it was frustrating because I was like young watching it, like, bitch, how don't you get it? How don't you get this, Oprah? Where did you grow
I
up?
swear to God,
She's
Oprah
rolling the
playing
weed.
the
She's
game.
like rolling the weed and like sprinkles of coke on the weed.
I think Oprah was acting.
Uh,
He was playing the game, yeah.
Yeah, I think
She knew
Oprah.
this
No,
nigga was
I
gonna
think
go.
Oprah smoked with Whitney backstage.
Oprah,
Crack?
you think you just
Not cracked.
Well, you
Oh,
saw how
like,
she
that's
just dropped that
aggressive.
weight.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Hey, Oprah. Hey.
And she was
listen.
very energetic in her skinny days. So
Hey,
I
Oprah.
mean, the signs are not pointing to not crack. It's just
Kill the stream.
Kill the stream. And that's a
yeah, and
wrap.
I'm never coming back.
If I hear a knock on my door, that's my ass, bro.
No, I love Oprah though. Even if she was on crack, it's fine. Fine with me.
I've never heard somebody accuse Oprah for being on crack, and I'm mad because you brought up two good examples. It's a lot going on over there. Shit. She was around way too many famous people to not be doing drugs. Like,
Came up in the
way.
80s. Like, I mean, come on, Oprah.
There's no
Like,
everybody was coked out for a little while. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't pass coke off on anyone. Like, nah, they never did coke. No, they tried coke.
I've never done coke.
I've never done coke, but that's just because I don't really like drugs. I don't even like
Agreed.
smoking, really.
Disagree.
Yeah, man, I don't do coke, man. I don't
fuck with that.
Just the thought of, like, you know what I think of? Like, I feel like it'll feel like when you're in the pool and you like smell, like you sniff water up your nose and then you get that tingle in the back of your head. I don't like,
God,
bro, that's hell on earth.
Or like in your eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God.
Also,
I can't, that's what I think it is, and I can't get over that. So it's
also for the simple fact of, like, I don't need cocaine to act like I'm on cocaine at that point. Like, I already get fucked, like, can get hyper and just like, and like on cocaine, I just feel like I'd be scared for the world. Like, me with like crackhead strength is fucking scary to me.
Crackhead strength and cokehead are different.
This is true. This is
Different,
true.
you know?
But if it alters my thoughts and I already think that I could fly a plane right now, I'm gonna think that, like, I'm fucking a superhero. I swear to God. I'm going to do something dumb.
I was literally just about to say, I could literally see you trying to swing building to building like Spider-Man, because somebody was just like, I bet you can. You'd be like, fuck yes, I can. And I will.
I can jump across this building, and now I'm
you got duct tape at the end of some rope, and you're throwing it like the slapstick shit at buildings trying to
swinging one of his locks, trying to
fucking. Look, we leave the locks out of this.
Oh my God!
All right, so like,
what's up?
Just coming back to the consensus of fighting for relationships, we have come. I feel like we came to the consensus that people will fight for a relationship if they're in the relationship for a right reason, but if they're not, they're just not gonna fight for it. Right?
Yeah.
If I feel like you're worth it, or I feel like my situation that I'm already doing isn't really going anywhere, so I can listen to you and see what you're about and see where that goes, that's about it. But if neither one of those is working out, I'm on my way. I'm out. I'm not dealing with it.
I think you also have to like value the person for themselves as a person, not just for what they do for you.
Oh yeah.
Because like I think a lot of times that can be misconstrued as you fighting for a relationship, but realistically you're just fighting to keep somebody in your life that does everything for you. You know what I mean? Like that's still about yourself. It's not about working things out with that person and like building a future with that person. It's about making sure like you're comfortable and whatever.
Do y'all think like liking your partner, like not loving them, but just enjoying their company goes into a lot of what you're willing to do for them? Like and how much you're willing to deal with?
First of all, why you got a partner that you don't like?
Exactly.
Yo, first, it happens, Joe. You'll get to a point where you're like, wow, this person really gets on my nerve. But I'm like, it's almost like some family shit.
But you're attached to them. That's
God
still.
Damn, you get on my nerve. Like you're.
That's.
See, getting on the nerve.
But that's the type of relationship you need to like.
Yeah, I've been that point. I've stopped liking my partner. Like
and then you break up with them. Yeah, then you just.
But some people don't.
But I'll let that ship crash and burn to the earth, like not only crash and burn, we'll get out the plane crash, we'll gather ourselves, and I'll still try to walk it out with you. Like it has to get to the point where both
don't waste your time and don't waste their time, because you might be really unhappy and they might think, oh wow, we're really in this. He's really stuck around.
Listen, I'm all
but
about
really you're just waiting for the fucking right time to get out of there.
I want hope to be dead. I want us both to look at the situation and understand that there is no coming back from this.
Why?
Because
why go that far?
Because
because I've been in situations where a little bit of hope. Again, we go back to the toxic relationship shit. I've had some shit where hope was there a little bit, and we were like, fuck it, let's see how it goes.
I'm not disagreeing, because I've done the same thing, and it always ends up being bullshit, and that's what you got to like recognize. Like you just. It shouldn't be to the point where I have to say something fucking horrible to you so you'll never speak to me again. Should just be like, yo, this isn't working. Thanks, anyways. Nice knowing
Being that
you.
mature should be so fucking easy, but I don't know why. Like when you're
Being
like,
petty is so much easier.
It's not even
Bro.
petty. It's just like you have these attachments and these comforts, and you don't want to sacrifice them. And it's like sometimes dealing with the unhappiness it feels worth the little bit of satisfaction that you get out of the situation.
Kanye has a line that I love, and it's you said you were drinking to the. No, I'm just bringing up a quote. Why are we doing this? He has a line where he said, "You say you were gonna drink until the pain's over, but what's worse, the pain or the hangover?" And that's some real shit. You're gonna like when you're comfortable dealing with a shitty situation, you're gonna keep dealing with that shitty situation because not dealing with that shitty situation brings a whole new set of problems. Not having your comforts there, not recognizing where to go and everything like that. So that's it. That's all I was bringing.
Scary thinking of like dealing with some new bullshit from somebody else. It's like the those aren't. Can you really consider that a pretzel?
It is a pretzel crisp.
What is it? What would it be?
Chip.
Okay.
But what would it be?
A cracker.
I mean,
no,
I wouldn't. I mean, a pretzel. It's like a subcategory of pretzels. It's not like.
I mean, it's not like one of those fucking nice warm pretzels that are.
No, but it's also not like a gold rolled gold. You know,
I ain't gonna stunt. Them pretzels
round or a pretzel stick.
Them pretzels is ass. Pretzel sticks are ass too. I'm gonna be real with y'all. The pretzel logs and shit, I hate them shits, bro.
The logs are no good. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sticks that are the same width as the little twisty ones you buy in the bag.
Ghetto. I want to be on y'all side on that so bad.
There's these small little pretzel twists that they sell down here, and I've only seen them down here. They might be other places. I hope they are.
What are they called? The ones that taste like fucking butter?
They have like dust on them or something.
Like a Gardetto?
Ooh, yes. Those are good.
But this has like, you can get them in flavored or normal. I get the dill pickle ones, and oh my god, I've never, like, those are my favorite snacks right now.
I like how that sounds, actually.
It's real.
I like how that sounds a lot.
Am I wrong for thinking dill pickle and salt vinegar is like the same thing?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yes. What's the difference?
You're very wrong. One has flavor, one is just salt and vinegar.
They both taste like ass to me. I really want to enjoy them with everybody.
Every time I think we're
you
friends.
need to step up your flavor profiles a little bit.
You need
to mature your palate a little bit more.
You can sit there on Al Gore's internet and say that brown sugar cinnamon is just fucking brown sugar and cinnamon, but salt and vinegar has flavor to you, but it tastes like dill pickle. They're not. They're not.
First of all, it depends on the brand. Let's make that fucking clear.
Fair.
Okay? Because
Lay's is trash.
Lay's salt and vinegar. Bleh. Bleh.
We don't fuck with them.
Is it?
Miss Vicky's, however.
Wait, what about like the Old Dutch? Like, are those
Old Dutch is the best? Considered? Old Dutch is the best dill pickle chips.
Them shits taste like mud water to me, bro. To be honest with you.
I feel like your taste buds were just beat up as a kid.
I don't like dill pickle that are like too powdery.
See, I like dill pickle that are powdery.
I have a friend, we both know this person, I'm not going to say her name, but she used to just like lick the dill pickle off the chip and like dash the chip.
What villainy?
She used to and toss the chip.
Is she okay? Is she doing all right?
Yeah, she's good.
Was that CG?
I'm afraid for her.
I'm not saying. No.
Okay.
No, not CG.
Okay.
Someone we've known longer than that.
Oh, damn.
Just the thought of that, man. Just the thought of that.
Yeah, no.
That stresses
used to really upset me. First of all, what a waste of fucking chips.
Oh, first off, I'm not even gonna. Oh, Jarrell, I had a question for you. We kind of got off topic a little bit.
Cracking.
You said it was something that you guys were talking about, how like you just kind of stay because you're used to it and you want to let it crash and burn and like
destroying hope at all costs.
Yeah, destroying hope. And I wanted to know, is it actually hope, or is it just that she does that thing you like and you don't want to lose that?
Listen,
Of
yes,
course.
but when hope is destroyed, absolutely.
But
But
when
when
you
hope
hate
is
each
destroyed,
other,
Have you
hate each
guys
other,
ever
I
you
stayed
don't
in
don't.
a
want that. You don't want
relationship
that.
just for
Have
sex?
I
Like,
ever been? Yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah.
What kind of question is that, bro?
Of course,
I
until it gets bad, and then when it gets bad, then I'm gonna start being super mean, and then I'm gonna like say some shit that I know is gonna hurt your feelings for the rest of your fucking life. Anytime you see me, that's what you're gonna think of. Those words I said to you, that's what you're gonna think about. That's what I have to do. Otherwise, I'm
What?
gonna go back and be like, it might be good again. Like, no, it's not gonna
Uh,
It
be.
might be good
I
again.
agree 100%. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than having a mental last day and then that day end up being good together, and you be like, "Fuck! Now I'm here for another couple of fucking days because now it might still be no. I have to know that the last time that we're hanging out, I feel like if I never see you again, my life will be fine. Like I need that to be okay." And every time it is. But when I leave and there's a little bit of hope on the table, or we have a good conversation, or you know what I'm saying, you do the thing that I like, now I'm like, well, shit. Here we go. Come on. That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, man.
God, I thought.
Man.
See, I just don't get into those relationships where like
Chris
it
said
is.
Jesus Christ.
And Jesus, I don't get into the relationship where like the only reason why I'm saying is because sex. Because I feel like we could break
That's not
up
the
and I can
only
still
reason.
get.
It's not the only reason, but it's like a really big factor.
It's number one on the list, but there's a list. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, there's people that like see again. I just never been in that situation because like, if I was with somebody, I liked them. But if I only like if the main reason why I liked them was for the cheeks, I eventually broke up with them, and not because it crashed and burned, just because I'm like, I can still get cheeks without being with you.
It's not that. That's just like
Bacon.
the highlight at this point, because everything else is just you're kind of over it. But it's like
it's
that,
like putting bacon on
and
a
then
veggie
it's like
burger.
you know all my secrets is usually second. Like all the dirt on my family that's number two. We gossip about each other's friends, and now I know all your friends' secrets, and all my friends' secrets is like number three.
Comfort me, like what my triggers are. Like if I tell you to go to the store for me, like my favorite drink to go get without me having to. Like once you know my Chipotle order, we got some time in, bro. Like now I'm really with you. Real spill. Real spill. If I can send you to Chipotle with full confidence that you're gonna get everything that I need from Chipotle, then I rock with you. And now I gotta teach somebody some new shit. Also, bro, like trying to
my mom, my parents, you met my family. Like it's just I don't want to have to show up to the next family event and then ask about you and me not have anything to say. Like it's just those kinds of things,
I'm not gonna stunt. You meeting my parents is like so low on my totem pole. It's just
Of course it is because you bring them over to your house day one.
Stop talking to me like I'm a whore. Okay, stop it. All right.
I just
it's
meant
not
like
so much of a whore. It's more like
I am. It is.
You don't
really. You're
really easy.
To most women, that means something. Like, oh, you're, oh my god, I'm meeting your parents. Like that's supposed to be important.
Why?
And so
there's levels to shit, and I feel like you just skip over them. You ever see that meme of like the girl wearing a pair of pants and she's like skipping 7 steps and it says men do this and it's skipping from like fucking foreplay to just sex or something like that? But with dating.
Kissing to
listen though.
Kissing to penetration.
That's real.
And I feel like you do that with dating, but not to the extreme, but you just skip like 3 steps a time.
You don't because they don't care. I'm saying my parents don't care. Bro, my parents don't be caring and I don't be caring.
That's
bro.
Crazy. I thought you said your dad was a pastor.
He is. My dad, he is a pastor, but he also know that if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you'll be gone. Like we came to that understanding together. Like he like he wasn't a pastor his whole life. All right, Mr. Cunningham had a whole hot boy summer in '90. In '90. All right, he was out here. You know what it is.
So, like, your parents should be, like, excited to meet this person, and they should want to get to know them, too, and like them, too. Like, why? Because they're going to be a part of your life.
Listen, let me, actually, wait, did I tell you the story of the girl's dad?
Maybe.
No. Long story short, I was dating this one girl, and her and her dad got into an argument. I'm sitting in the back seat, she's sitting in the front seat, and her dad is driving. Her and her dad got into an argument, and we got to go to the gas station.
Oh, you did tell me this one, but go ahead.
Right, we got to go to the gas station. So yeah, they got into an argument about some shit. I don't even remember what it was about, but they got into an argument about some shit. And she goes into the gas station to go get some shit. And me just watching them get into a whole argument, and I'm sitting in the back seat. I'm like, yo, that was fucking crazy. But her dad, I'll never forget this as long as I live. Her dad was like fixing his chair, and then he like looked at me from the front seat, and he leaned over the center console, and he was looking at me. He was like, listen, if you're smart, you'll leave, and you just won't deal with her no more. And sure as shit, a week later, we broke up. So
honestly, that sounds like some shit my dad would say.
I'm saying though, but that is the only time where like knowing a parent and having a parent.
Fuck that nigga though. So you know what I'm saying?
Is all cool, but like I've never in my life like had a time where I didn't care if I met your parents. I don't care if you meet my parents. Like I'll if you want to, we can. If you don't want to, life will go on. Long as we're happy,
I think that's a very like that's a luxury men have.
I feel like that's
because your parents aren't going to look at you. Your parents aren't going to look at you any type of way for it. Whereas, like, if I brought I can't even say this. I don't mean me, but like, if women bring home every man they're seeing or dating, your parents are going to be like, "You fucking whore! Like, what are you doing? This is not how we raised you. You're supposed to bring them home when it's serious. Because why are you don't." I don't know. It's like when
it works out.
I don't know, man.
I
had people call on my house all the time and everything, bro. Like, my parents will say what's up to them, and it'll be that, or they'll come over and we'll say hi, and then we'll.
So, like, I just think your parents just didn't want to get involved in your life. It sounds like that's what it sounds like.
No, they're cool with it. Again, I dated a girl from church and they were involved. Like, not involved, but they they knew her.
Yeah, everything they knew her parents was all cool. So for me, it's just like when I invite a girl over, it's because I want her to meet my not over, but like to my parents' house. It's because I want them to have that relationship. I want them to be like able if we're gonna go to the distance, you got to be cool with my mom. If you're not, it's gonna be real tough because I love my mom. But like, if my mom was so indifferent about meeting a date, I mean, like, my mom doesn't care, but she cares. Like, my mom loves people, so it's just like she meets them, she's gonna like and likes them. She's gonna like
your sister's more of the test here.
Yeah, my sister is the test. My sister is definitely the test. But Jarrell, I do have another question for you now that we're on this topic of you just skipping steps. What are your milestones for dating? So I'm going to give you examples. So like milestones for me is like, there's clearly like the starting line is first date. What you smiling for?
I can give you the answer right now.
He's like, date?
Go ahead.
8?
I don't have any. I don't give a fuck, bro. And I really can't stress that enough. If we're dating, the moment we go from messing around or doing whatever we're doing to like being official, like I guess that's the biggest milestone, and then our anniversary. But other than that, I don't really give a shit. So tell me some milestones, please. I'll compare.
Okay, so for some people, like they'll go on a couple dates before they start messing around, right?
Yep.
And then it's like,
Are you asking
I'm
me if
not
that's
seeing
what I
any.
do?
No, because I just really am
Oh,
getting the feeling you don't.
I
It's like the opposite, and maybe we'll go get dinner one time, or maybe I'll just take you to the drive-thru when I'm dropping you off at home. That's what I'm getting from you.
Oh man, that hurt.
wow.
I've
I
done
am a.
that.
First of all, if y'all don't think I'm a gentleman, let me make sure I
Like,
am a
come through, meet
true
my
gentleman.
mom. I'm gonna take you to the back room. When I'm finished with you, I'll give you a piece of leftover chicken she cooked yesterday and
Okay,
take
first
you
of
back
all,
to your crib.
I will buy you fresh chicken, but also everything you have said has happened in my life, so there's that.
Okay, so I
But
just,
To be fair, it
let
happened in
me.
my
I'm home
life
dead.
too, but
That's
like,
what I'm
I'm home
saying.
dead.
Like that wasn't really fair, but like I don't know. How do I explain this? All right, I'll give y'all an example. Right, so there was this one girl who I was dealing with, and she like the first time I met her, she had a boyfriend, and then the very next time that I met her, we ended up having sex, and like
that was
and it was all cool. Yeah, it was literally like 2 weeks in between that, like from me meeting her and then her bringing up her boyfriend and then us meeting up and then getting it in. But then we got it in. I moved into my new apartment and I would have her come over and we would like chill out and talk and everything like that. Right? So like there was one situation where I had a house party. I think actually Dajanique is in here. I think it might have been the night Dajanique was at this house party too, where like people were like, "Hey, who is this?" Now I'm put in a situation because I can't say, "Oh, this is just the girl that I'm sleeping with," or "This is you're not my friend. You're more than a friend, but you're not my girlfriend." So I had to make a judgment call and call her my girlfriend. Now I didn't mean that. I said that for her benefit more than mine.
why.
But
All right, keep
but
going.
even though I said that in my mind, we weren't dating, and I didn't
Shouldn't have
realize.
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize, but I didn't realize I fucked up until after we broke up because like a year and a half later, we ended
What's
up
up,
having a
Deja?
conversation, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, no, you were my boyfriend." I was like, "Oh, I was?
Oh,
Oh,
was?
like cool." Like, all right,
Love you, man.
I didn't think
Thank
so.
you.
Oh my god, that poor girl.
No,
Yeah.
she was fine. She's
So,
okay. She's
Do you
what?
do you know?
it for.
I've personally never been in this situation, but just like to break up with somebody that wasn't even with you, that's very uncomfortable. That's awkward. She's like committed to you, and you're like, wait, what?
What?
But you were the one who called her your girlfriend in the first place. So
Girl,
yeah,
do we
you
have
don't do that.
what you
I
learned from
admit
this
that was
situation
my
though?
mistake. I to be honest at all times and tell people this is the girl.
And maybe
that
like
comes up.
have that conversation like before you have the house party, like, yo, my people are gonna be here. They're
Or
gonna want to know who you are. Like,
I told her to pull
or
up.
you're gonna be okay.
or
You're gonna be okay if I tell them you're just my friend.
Yeah. If she
Or-
would have led with that, here's where it fucked up because she gave me the look of being like, and I'm just
why'd you?
like, fuck. Like I guess this is it. But
Right, so like, why you gotta give it a
She
title in
literally
the first
went home
place?
and told her friends, "Oh my god, he called me his girlfriend tonight in front of all of his boys. Like
Yeah,
he's
so I
so
have
for
the comments on the
real."
stream.
And then a
so,
year and a half, like I was your boyfriend.
YouTube can see
wait, hold
Facebook
on. I was
comments.
That's
never
Facebook
under
can see
cold-blooded.
YouTube
y'all were
comments.
dating. I tried to help you not put your foot in your mouth, but you could see the pressure written all over you. I'm trying to tell you, yo. I got put
Look,
on the fucking spot.
all you
and I
gotta
had to
do,
make an executive
all you
decision.
gotta do
All
is
right?
when
I'm not gonna
someone
make this
says,
girl feel
"Who
bad.
is this?" You say
Say their
this
fucking
is
name, bro.
exactly.
What
Just
the
say their
hell?
name,
Let me-
and then
it-
it would be
And if
done.
that was your real friend, he would have been like, "Who's this? I'm so and so. What's your
No.
name?" And like,
It was
left it at
another
that.
couple. It was another couple who I hadn't seen in a minute that
Oh,
had, and that's what fucked everything. But
Ugh.
that's
we ended
always
up
so weird.
looking back on it. We did have a conversation. She was like, "What are
So
we?" And I was just like, "We're humans. Like, I don't know what you want me to say right now."
Yo,
I
the
had a
truth,
similar.
man. Just say what it is.
I had a similar a similar situation where I got it, but I knew I got into a relationship after I had to say something. I didn't want a relationship, but it just sort of happened.
What happened?
So I was talking to this. It was in college. I was talking to this one girl. We're not gonna say names. But I was kind of talking to two girls. I'm in college. I could do that. We weren't dating. We were. I was fucking around. I'm sure they were. It was only two girls. Whatever. One girl comes over unannounced, and like, I get put in a situation where she comes over unannounced and she wants a massage. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give you a massage. And I take her to my room, give her a massage.
I mean, we all know what that means.
No, actually, this is the one time that it was actually just a massage. It was just a massage. There was no dicking down anything.
I hate her already.
I hate her already.
Massage?
For showing up unannounced. Like, who the fuck does that?
All right, so not only did she show up unannounced, it was like she showed up unannounced and she had to like drive like 10 minutes plus to get over. So like she put thought into showing up unannounced. And like I'm in the room giving her.
Because 10 minutes isn't that far.
Well, it was like, all right, so 10 minutes is
anyways,
small
go ahead.
time.
Anyways.
No, it was probably longer, but still, whatever. While I'm giving her a massage, the other girl comes over unannounced. She at least lives in the building, and it's a dorm, so like it's common to do that, I guess. My friends didn't decide to tell her that I was busy or anything like that. They just was like, "Oh yeah, he's in the back room."
Did they know? Wait a minute. Did they know you were back
there?
What
concerns
yeah, they knew I was back there.
Is the way you guys throw the term friend around.
You gotta fight the whole hood on that one. They should have had your back.
Oh,
you gotta fight the whole hood on
no!
What you mean? Why would you do that?
Everyone yelled at her afterwards, and we still make fun of her to this day for doing this.
It was a girl that let her in?
Yeah, it was in my dorm, so there was like 3 or 4 people, and I guess she was doing something on a computer or just playing some kind of game, and she was just like, "Yeah, Miles is back there." And
I need to pause because this literally it reminds me of Love and Basketball when they're like, "Yeah, he's in the back," and like he was in the back with another girl.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like that. Except
that's a good example of like fighting for love and everything. You know what I'm not gonna do? Play basketball with a person that's in an NBA for my.
I don't want to talk about that movie right now.
We're not gonna talk about that. Unannounced hoes. Look, unannounced ass hoes. Look, they were just coming over unannounced, and so like, if I'm so
that's what happens
upset,
when you fucking girls with no fucking manners. No brought up C, as we call it up here.
No brought up C.
It's like no home training. No brought up C.
Christ.
All right. Finishing the story. So they say she's back there. She walks back to the back room, and I'm coming out the room now. I'm done with the massage, but she's still putting her shirt on. Bro, so I open the door to the other girl standing right there. And the other girl's standing there, and now they both get mad at me, and it's like, "Oh, you're doing this," and I'm like, "We're not dating.
Whoa.
We weren't dating before." What?
No, I'm saying like you are not the problem here. You are not the problem here. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, no.
Also, I was hoping you say you had a handful of ass and then the door opened.
Like I said, I wasn't even doing anything. It was just a massage. So like they like yell at me, and then they like storm off and leave, and then like
together and became best friends.
No. I think I don't remember how it went. Like I think I had to give the one I gave a massage a ride home, or something happened where like we kept talking after this argument, and she just basically was just like, "All right, so you can't be doing this. It's either just me or not at all." And I'm like,
not at all, shall we?
Nah, she did this thing with the ice, and I couldn't say no. So I guess I was a liar. I have dated a girl that started with just for sex.
I'm like, they were mother, and you're like, I'm never
getting down off his high horse.
Out of here.
Getting down off his high horse. I can't believe y'all would be in relationships for sex. Look
All
at
right,
you.
so first off,
Just for that
it
thing
just
they do.
started.
Like,
It started just for sex. I actually did enjoy being with her, like being in a relationship with her, and I liked it. She actually broke up with me later on, in a very fucked up way. Why? Because, and I quote, I wasn't doing anything with my life, even though I had just graduated college. I had just graduated college and was looking to start my career. I didn't want to take a job as like a chef or like working in a kitchen because I wanted to start my career. And she was just like, yeah, you're not doing anything with your life. So we broke up. And I was like, wow, that sucks. But also,
how's she doing now?
Thank you so much for asking, because I was wondering.
She has a kid now, and she also is married now.
Oh, well, shit.
Is she married to someone in the military?
No.
Because that doesn't count.
What? Oh,
no.
my God.
She's married to somebody. She's married to somebody that she used to date like before we dated. I don't know. She just went to school with the dude.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you know the person, but we're not gonna say names.
You'll text me later. I got to know.
She didn't.
She
didn't like the stroke. First off, don't come in here disrespecting me. My stroke is clean.
Yo, but sometimes that shit wears off. Like, that's just what it is.
True.
The stroke wears off?
Yeah, after a while.
Yeah.
What do you mean after a while?
Because, like, you know, when you first start seeing somebody, like, it's just so, and then
sex
just dwindle.
Sex with people, like, it starts here.
You might not, but some of the guys
you get used better, to
fuck with might. So.
Yeah, like, you start here, and then, like, you guys learn more about each other, but they'll reach a point where you'll have the best sex with this person, and then nothing will ever be the same.
Actually, you know what? I will say this.
But, like, it gets boring, like, very routine, like, monotonous.
That point, that's trash. But I'll say this.
Unless you get nasty. Yeah, but that's when you have to spice shit up, and you can, like, it fluctuates. It'll return to being in the good zone, but it will never reach that best you had. It's a really
Except that one time they come home like drunk off like Henny and Ciroc, and then it's like, oh my god!
Don't talk about when I get Henny.
And then but it's only that one time, and then the next time they're just like too drunk. No, thank you.
It's awesome. And so
I love Deja so much. She's been wilding. I love her so much. Shout out to her. She was wilding. But also, this is depressing. Wow. Like,
it's a very pessimistic view. It's not like it's gonna be like.
It doesn't happen every time, like with everybody, but some people it just happens with. Like.
And it's not like it's gonna happen.
And that's about the time I'm gonna make you hate me.
When I first started dating a girl, like before we even really get into it, like I let you know what my thing is. Like, I would like something personal 3 times a week for me. Just for me to be able to be functional in this relationship. So once I'm not getting that, and I feel like I'm putting forth the effort to keep the relationship going, and I'm not getting that, then
hold on. You tell them that off the bat. Do you let them? Yes. Do you give them an opportunity?
No, day one.
Why don't you give them a? That's to me. I'd be like, ew, definitely not gonna do that for you because that's like feeling like you're telling me what I need to do. Because why don't you just like shut the fuck up and let me try to do that? Like, why don't you let me do that before you have to tell me? Because then it's like. You're telling me what to do? Like, don't fucking tell me what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
But you're just being like, I require this. Like, you might not need to require it because you might be getting it already.
You have no requirements in a relationship?
So
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, but you're not talking about relationship, really. You're talking about fucking around. I'm just saying, like, why don't you
in a relationship?
I think you should just I think you should see how it goes before you start throwing those kinds of requirements out there because sometimes like you don't need to state your criteria if a person's meeting it already. Give them a little bit of an opportunity to meet that shit instead of just being like, I need this from you or I don't want to fuck with you.
I feel like this is like the don't tell me to wash the dishes. I was already going to wash the dishes type argument, which is fair.
Yeah.
But also, if I'm like, if I would rather you know what I'm about and me be honest with you from jump. So that way there's when I'm like if you see me being upset or you feel me being like, ugh, like I'm not
Okay,
like,
but then when I ask you why,
like,
then you can say. And then be
right,
like, okay, this is
if
part
I
of the problem.
didn't divulge that to you in the beginning, and then you're gonna, like, I don't want you to come out of nowhere and be like, well, where is this coming from? Like, what the fuck? Like, I want you to know, hey, these are the things that set me off.
I think I'm learning. You just don't let relationships develop. You just try to push them in, like put it into place at the exact part.
Bro, I know
no
what
spit,
I
no
know what I like.
Yeah, you're literally skipping
know what
steps.
I like.
And that's fine. I know what I like. I agree with the whole 3 times a week thing. I'm fine with that.
And also,
but I'm
like,
not gonna say
this
day
joy
one.
in figuring that out and just like letting somebody discover that about you. Like you just tell them off the rip. Like that's so impersonal because then you never know. Is that what they actually want to do for you? Are they doing that because they want to and they enjoy giving you that, or is it because they just want to keep you around? So they're just doing what they feel they need to do to keep you around them. Like that's not
also that you could really just like you saying 3 times a week just sets the bare
why don't
minimum.
you initiate it 3 times a week? Like how about you instead of telling me I need to do this 3 times a week, how about
you y'all taking it personal like I'm not it my side?
This is just how I talk.
No, you're cool. Listen, no, I'm with it. Like I'm all for it. If you want me to light the candles and you want me to make the dinner, again, I have no problem with that. If you need to feel comfortable, I have no problem with that. If you want dates, listen, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like I have no problem on my side doing everything I need to do to make sure you're comfortable. If you want to go somewhere, we can go.
It's just like to have to ask and to have to like state it like that is
to state it
exactly. Like, what would you rather me have do? Me tell you the things I need, or you not be there and thinking things are okay, and then I am upset and I'm not fulfilled. And but
you need to. It's about learning about each other, not just telling you. This is exactly because I'm a very I'm a very, very straightforward person. Very straightforward person. But at the same time, like to have to ask for certain things is not as satisfying as somebody offering or wanting to give that to you.
Yeah,
so me being like, I want to go on 2 dates. I want to go on 2 dates a week. Like, and then I'm getting 2 days a week. That's great, but I had to ask for it. Like, it was a lot more satisfying for somebody to be like, hey, you want to go out? Like, let's go to dinner tonight. Let's go to, and you asking me like why. I would rather give you that chance and let you naturally like meet these criteria than me being like, here's the fucking checklist, meet it or beat it. Like, no.
You're one of those people.
What do you want me to do? Like, I would rather me and you come to an understanding together, and that way you don't have to.
This isn't coming to
a. What you do when you have like a little buddy. Like that's.
If I'm telling you this what it is from day one, right? You now have the option to be like, oh, this is it, this is cool, or to not be dealing with me, and there's no harm in that if you.
But then, what is there to figure out about each other?
What do you mean?
Yeah, when you're basically giving them like
we're like scheduling an appointment at this week. Like
it is a schedule.
I didn't say Monday.
I was like, oh my god, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. I've only done 1.5. Like I gotta make up for it. That's too much. Like, that's no.
I don't understand that, bro.
I'm trying to get you to understand.
There's nothing worse to me personally. There's nothing worse to me than not knowing where somebody is or what their they're like not knowing what their problem is, and then they feel a type of way. I'm always with the check-ins. I'm always with the talking. I'm always with the everything. Like I want you to understand that I'm always with the shits. At any given time, at any given moment, I'm with it, and this is
you can say that, but you can say that. Not you need to give it to me at least 3 times a week.
I have a quick question for you, Jarrell.
What's up?
Do you often ask a girl
3 times a week? Also, is that like aggressive?
No.
I'm not gonna answer the question.
So
I'll say no. I don't think it's unreasonable. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
I'm not putting my business out there like that.
One, you might be talking yourself out of getting more just because you're like, oh, I only need to do 3.
That's fine.
But
That's
no,
fine.
this is the part.
No complaints from me.
This is the part that I have a question for. Do you often ask a girl when you're first talking to her? Do you say the words of "What type of man do you like"?
No.
So why are you telling her the type of girl you like?
I didn't say that. What type of girl am I? What do you mean? Explain that.
You're
not asking her what her criteria are. You're just telling her yours.
Yeah.
And they're physical. It's physical.
You're giving her criteria. You're giving her criteria to like be like for her to become, and if she's not that, you're like immediately saying no. You can like, what if everything else about her was fantastic? Like she was perfect, everything else, but she just didn't want to. But
she needed just to get to know, or she just needed to get to know you a little bit better before she was comfortable doing it that much with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Then we're not dating yet, and that's fine.
No, because you already just said you don't want to talk to her.
On how often they will sleep.
No, but my situation. All right, I see what you're saying. So in that situation, though, it's like we're getting to the point where we're understanding. Like I want to be with you, you want to be with me, relationship thing. So I'm like, listen. Before we even start anything, these are things I don't like. Like, be there for me, I'll be there for you.
But you, as a person with no milestones, when do you have this conversation?
Day one. The day that I'm like,
yo, let's day one.
What? Why? What magical? What is this wildness that y'all are living? I don't want any type of surprises or anything. I know what I want, yo. I have a vision of, hey, this is at least the bare minimum that I need for everything to go straight here. How is that?
And that is a terrible bare minimum.
So you should just go into the relationship just going, hey, whatever happens here, guys, we'll just let
Nobody just goes into a relationship. That is the point. You're getting to know each other first. But you're saying from the jump, like, hey, we're meeting for the first time.
So you mean like date one? No. That's okay.
That is what I'm asking. That's what I'm like.
Not date one. No. That's aggressive. Now we're on the same page. No. But like I said, when we're getting to the point of us coming to the understanding, hey, I like you, you like me, a relationship should be blossoming where we're exclusive with each other. What are your, like, again, what are the things that you don't like? What are the things
But here's the thing. If you guys are having the conversation about being in an exclusive relationship and that's not already happening, chances are, if you state it as a criteria, she's not doing it because she actually wants to. If it's not already going down like that and you guys are at that point where you've gotten to know each other and you've been on dates and now you're discussing being in an exclusive relationship and it's not going on like that and you say it to her and then it starts happening, it's not because she really wants to. It's more of like out of an obligation to keep you around.
It is a very aggressive first thing to say. So especially when it's like you're just not date one, but still like even just like starting a relationship, like when you had that conversation of starting a relationship, that's a very aggressive thing to say. Yes, it is.
But are you
because
single?
Like you
of
are.
Course he is.
Yeah, fucking Chad is on your ass. Chad is on your ass.
A bunch of women who think it. Oh, never mind. Anyway,
a bunch of women that know women.
Yeah, just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't understand how you could ask somebody for standards and then somebody gives you standards. You're like, hey, whoa, standards? Those? No,
because it's not you meeting
standards of respect.
Yeah, you're not making standards. You're not.
If a woman said to you, if we're gonna be together, you need to take me to eat 3 times a week, and I want to go shopping twice a month on your card.
You're making You're making contracts with your relationship.
Yeah. That is my thing. But I don't. What doesn't make sense to me is people knowing what they want, telling you what they want, and then you being like, "Well, wait a minute, we should figure this out as a relationship." Like what? Like no, what? I don't like. I shouldn't have to. There's some things that probably shouldn't have to be communicated if we're both.
Exactly. I think that's something that should not need to be communicated. Like I said, if it's not already going down like that, then don't even bother.
I think it should be communicated. And the reason why I think it should be communicated is because I really enjoy like being in moments like that with people. Like I enjoy like I like that. That's like my thing. I don't what is it? Love language? Yeah, it's like super heavy into physical touch. I'm super heavy into like
You know what? That
time.
would be a better thing to say then. Instead of saying,
What?
I need you to have sex with me 3 times a week, say,
No, but I do
hey,
though.
my
I
love
don't
language
want to
is
understand.
physical.
But you need. It's not always what you say; it's how you say it, and that's not like nobody
That's
wants to hear
that's
that.
a big that's a big thing Jarrell has a problem with. I'm finding out is how he says things.
I don't have
Because
time
that's
to
like so
flirt with
like
people, yo.
personally, I
Because
feel
I
like
don't want. You know what has happened before? Like people. I'll tell people some shit, and they'll be like, they'll take it one way, and that's not the way I fucking meant it. And from that, I don't have time to deal with that anymore, especially at this point. I would rather us be on a like cut and dry.
Right.
You know what I'm about, I know what you're about, and then we'd be good to go. That it makes
you
it
can just find like nicer word. You can't like euphemize that a little bit. Like I feel like there's just nicer words because that just feels so.
Say,
it feels like dirty and like not in a good way. Like that shit feels like grimy and fucking gross. Like not.
Okay,
if we're all in agreement of it, why does it feel bad?
You're clearly not. You're clearly not all in agreement of it because again,
I think
like
we all just said it 3 times was cool, right? And this is just a major situation that we're speaking of. But we all said 3 times, not that bad. That's a reasonable request. Cool, we're on the same page of that, right?
I didn't say it's a reasonable request. I said it's a reasonable expectation, and there's a difference between a request and an expectation. It's a reasonable that's fine. But the point is, again, if you have to ask for it, that's a problem.
It's not
in and of it.
Though. It's not asking.
You have to state it as a requirement because it's not happening already in that stage of the relationship. That's a problem. If you and for it to be said, so it's not even like blunt. It's not even about it being straightforward. It's just so
why?
I want to get my thoughts together so bad and just
please do, because I'm not understanding how we're all in agreement, but me saying what we're in agreement about.
We're only in agreement in the sense that it's a reasonable expectation, but you're not seeing it as an expectation. You're seeing it as a contract requirement.
Okay. All right,
if you're saying that's your love language, if you guys
are not doing it at least 3 times a week, right? If you guys are not doing it that much, are you guys going to have a conversation with that person about it? If you felt like your needs aren't being met?
Yeah, and it would go something like this. I want to see you more. I want to spend more time with you. I want there to be more intimacy. But that's what you would say it like, not I need it 3 times a week or I can't do this.
Oh my god! I'm trying to get this.
It's ugly.
You're basically doing a fucking an ultimatum at the start of the at the start of your relationship. You're having an ultimatum. Already,
intimacy is really important to me. I respond a lot to physical touch. Like that is the way I show how I whatever. Like fucking figure it out. Don't say that shit like that.
So real quick, Miles, remember that video you sent me where the dude was like, hey, you're not in my budget to date me, right? Or for me to date you, right? And then the women was like, why did you say it like that? But they agreed with the point. What the shit? I'm not here. Like, I shouldn't have to.
Because money and your body are the same thing.
Even then, though, the point I'm making is the same. Is where if I have a standard or if I have a way that I'm trying to live, me telling you that, whether it's nice or unpleasant, the end result is.
I'm gonna say why, because it also sounds really selfish. It sounds fucking selfish. You need it 3 times. You need it 3 times a week. Okay, for yourself, you need it not 3 times a week. What about what I need 3 times a week?
It seems like the only problem you guys have is how I'm saying it, but not the sentiment.
No, the entire.
I don't agree with the sentiment either. I don't agree with telling somebody that in that manner. Like I feel like there's just a way to express it without it sounding like a requirement. Like
even if it's not about sex, I think it's a really bad thing.
You're gonna be like, what? And it doesn't even have to be about sex. It could be literally like you said, seeing each other, holding hands, being around each other, whatever, date nights, whatever your requirement is.
But you should be able to express that in a way that you should be able to express it in a way that gives a person an opportunity to do it for you without feeling that innate obligation. Like you should be able to say, like I should be able to be like, you know what, I really like holding hands when we're walking together, and then give him the opportunity to hold my fucking hand before I'm like, yo, I told you that I like this and you're just ignoring me. That's how that should go.
The end result is the same. Now we have
doesn't matter. It's not always about the end result. Sometimes it's about the journey, fam.
Jarrell's not about the journey. We talked about Jarrell skips the journey.
Fuck all that. Like, if you know what you want and I don't know what I want, let's have that conversation.
Jarrell wants to be like, when he gets in a relationship, he wants to skip all that beginning stuff and just get to the part where you guys are sitting on the couch together, just
chilling,
fucking getting
home, silent, just happy, being each other's company.
Has
it worked so far?
Great, until it don't.
Until it does. All right, we can
because you don't take the time to learn a person. That's why.
We can get into this for all night. I feel like we could just yell at Jarrell. But
I like that. Make that a segment.
I do want to say that everybody agreed with the point I was making. No one liked how I said it, which is ridiculous to me.
It's not how you
said it.
Nobody
agreed with the point you were making, though.
No one agreed with the point. We just agreed that 3 times is not unreasonable. That's all we said. Again, we can get into
to go with real quick. To go with what Lizzie was saying when she says that makes it feel mandatory. What sexless relationships are y'all in? Like, are y'all staying in a relationship where sex is not a thing?
Literally, we just had this conversation. No.
Exactly. So sex is mandatory. So what
but
the shit?
But you know what I didn't have to do is say
nobody doesn't want to say, hey, let's go get into it. Like,
you know what I had to say? You know what I don't have to do is say, look, these are my guidelines, and if you're not meeting them, I'm not dating you anymore.
You think that's all right? Well, you know what? Hey guys, we've come to the point where but
it's the end of the show. We went a little over it, but
we did. Yeah, we have 15 minutes. But Savannah, thank you so much for coming in today. I actually had a wonderful time talking to you. Hopefully, we can have you back on the show.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep arguing with you too.
I would love to have a panel of women just berate Jarrell.
You don't listen.
I'm telling you, yell at Jarrell. It sounds like such a good segment.
I really don't think y'all want that. Like, it's not gonna go good.
Cause you don't learn.
For who?
No, because I'm not. If we all, never mind. We have to end this show, and I got time, and I took a nap. I'm ready to go.
I did not.
If you guys enjoyed this segment of the show, we'll be having Dajanique and her co-host from their show on next week, where we'll be also talking about more of things like this, where people can try to tell me I'm wrong, but also agree with everything that I'm saying. They just don't like how I say it, and it's totally okay. I get it. Trust me. But we all we all came to the same conclusion together. Anyway, I go ahead and end the show, Miles.
Fucking can't stand you sometimes. Again, I want to thank everyone for participating in chat. I want to thank my lovely, lovely guest, Savannah. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for jumping in last minute too. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I forgot that you said you would join.
Okay.
I have made a list now, so we have a list of topics and guests. I'm not good at actually ending the show. I don't ever know what to say.
Everybody, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Because of Fergie, we still need those subscriptions. If you have more than one account on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us on both of them. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you're liking it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all that. What else? I feel like we had something else to say. Oh, if you have questions for us or anything, go ahead and shoot us an email at becauseoffergie@gmail.com. And shoot us a question. If you want to remain anonymous, you're more than welcome to, and you can go ahead and ask us questions. Especially after today. If you had anything you wanted to say to me personally about how you agreed with me but didn't like how I said it, you're more than welcome to go ahead and send us some emails, guys. I'd be love to read them. We'll be back here next week. I know. We'll be back here next week, same time, Thursday, 8 p.m. So make sure you come in, and yeah, everybody stay safe. Have a wonderful week. If you see somebody being racist, call them out on it. Tell them that they're a racist. That's all you need to do.
And stop celebrating white mediocrity in black spaces.
Yup.
I think my favorite term now is white mediocrity.
Oh.
It's
everywhere.
so fun.
It's
everywhere. All right. Thanks everyone.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh yeah. Do you want to say bye or hi or shout out anyone? You could do.
No.
I'm
uncomfortable with those kinds of things, but thanks for having me, guys.
Do you have any Twitters or Instagrams you want people to follow?
No, I don't. I do stuff like this, but I don't like people in my business. So.
Got you.
That's fair.
Also, shout out to my Aunt Sharice.
I gotta talk a lot of shit, but like that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Deja. Shout out to Dodge.
Shout out to Deja for real, cause wow.
Deja, be here next week. I need you here next week, yo. I need the same energy.
We need you. So you could just
energy against.
All right, bye.